Ahoy!
What's up?
You know what's up.
What's up?
Happy opening day to all who celebrate. Not
Yeah.
you.
What?
Well, I mean, there's no Royals.
I'm celebrating. Happy opening day.
The Royals apparently not good enough to make the opening day slate of games.
That's all right. We'll play tomorrow.
Tells
I got
you
my
what-
Royals hat on today.
I know it's a good alternate lid.
Yeah, I'll wear the real one tomorrow.
Yeah, you got to kind of play it out. I figured again, when you've got multiple hats, you do have to decide. But I figure opening day, you go with the traditional, right? You go with the classic.
Of course.
Yeah.
And I went to put it on today, and then I thought, you know what?
Yeah, you're not playing.
We don't have a game.
No.
Well, at least we didn't lose.
Hope springs eternal.
Already sellers at the deadline.
Well, I'm waiting now. Paul Skeens should be being dealt to the Mets at any moment now because he's damaged goods. He's no good.
Yeah.
Couldn't even get out of the first inning.
How about that?
Boy, I tell you what, it was an emotional roller coaster. Waking up to catch the first pitch of the Mets Pirates game. First off, the guy who was singing the national anthem, who just happens to be George Washington, the guy who plays George Washington in Hamilton, like the original OG, and that's like one of the biggest theater productions of all time, and he's amazing in it. Plays an incredible George Washington. One Last Time might be my favorite song from that whole thing. Dude's amazing. He goes out to sing the national anthem for the Mets Pirates game. He forgets the words. Not only does he forget the words, he makes up his own. It's one thing when you forget the words and then you just kind of mumble or maybe you skip a verse. No, he goes full Naked Gun and bombs in the air.
Try it again, please.
Yeah, he just makes up his own. He makes up his own words. I'm like, oh my God, this is the most Mets thing ever.
Now, do we have the audio of this?
Yeah, we're working on it right now. It's wait till you hear it.
Okay. Well, I'm going to wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
And then
I need it now.
And then they give up 2 runs. Peralta comes out, gives up 2 runs, and I'm like, great. The season's already over. I'm just like, you know what?
Also sellers at the deadline.
Yeah, I'm like, this F it. The whole thing. We suck. And then Skeens comes out, and it turns out, because the Mets have an entirely new roster this year, turns out their best signing was O'Neal Cruz. He was our ace in the hole, who had maybe the 2 worst plays you could see in center field history. Skeens gives up 5, doesn't get out of the first inning, and the Mets go on to roll. Got a little hairy there for a little bit, but 11-7 and 1-0, and so we're back, and we're going to get Skeens at the deadline because he's damaged goods, and the Mets are going to win the World Series.
All right, here's the national anthem from the Mets game.
Yeah.
Oh, say, can you see
Beautiful.
by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight what so proudly we hailed were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free?
He's got such a good voice.
Well, listen, I got to say something here.
You think he recovered?
Dude, listen. Okay, if you've heard people talk about singing the national anthem, some of the most famous people will tell you they're terrified of exactly what happened to him.
Yeah.
That was not a bad recovery. Dude, I guarantee you there are people in that stadium who did not know he screwed that up.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, he butchered it.
Yeah.
But he picked it back up. Like he covered up where he went wrong, by just going back a verse. He kind of went back a verse, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then
he just jumbled up some words there for a while. He just threw out some word salad.
Dude, I think that's a pretty good save as saves go. Like, dude, that could have been disaster because there was just that 1 second pause.
He's like, oh, God, I'm
like,
lost.
Oh, no.
I don't know where.
And that's where you go, oh, God, this is going to be bad. And it was, but it, could have been worse. I give the guy a lot of credit.
And the voice was so good,
He's
too.
so good. If you've ever seen Hamilton, that guy, and it's George Washington.
Well, did you hear
It's the national anthem.
Did you hear the Giants-Yankees guy?
No.
I got that audio for you,
I didn't
too.
hear the Giants.
Hey, we have a lot of audio today.
Yeah. A lot of opening day audio.
Listen, I was talking to Steve, and it's crazy because Steven, sorry. It throws me off that he wants to be Steven and only Steven.
I know.
Because I want to call him Stevie, and I want to call him Steve.
I know. Stevie just works so much better, but we know he doesn't like it.
I'm trying to be respectful, and I stumble every time.
Much like singing over the end. And some bombs
in
there. There's the flag over there.
So we were talking about Yankees-Giants and that game being an afterthought. Like, no, it didn't. It was over in the second inning, and it was the worst game ever.
Yeah.
I think the final was 8-0 or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what the final ended up being. But it's not even.
It wasn't close.
There's no way we're going to talk about that game today.
No.
Except that the Netflix broadcast had so much stuff in it that has gone viral that we're going to spend like an hour on it. So I was telling Steven, I'm like, maybe the joke's on us. Like, that was the worst game.
Yeah.
Nothing to talk about.
Nope.
But here we are pulling 8,000 bits of audio from their broadcast. I think Netflix knows what's up.
I do appreciate the fact that they attempted to scrub Bert Kreischer from the record. You can't find.
No, he got it.
Yeah, I know. He had to get Netflix on the computer and record it off the computer.
It's not on YouTube. It's not on Twitter. It's not on Google.
Netflix,
you cannot find it.
Netflix tried to erase Bert Kreischer from the record. It's like when Rick Pitino dropped the 9/11 thing as an excuse for why he stooped that lady on the Italian table. They scrubbed it from the internet. Netflix was like, no, you're not going to be allowed to see this. But he went underground, recorded it right off the broadcast.
Okay, well, since you played the Mets guy.
And some bombs in the air. The notes, though, impeccable. I mean, the guy's voice. It's amazing.
I'll play you last night's national anthem.
Okay.
And this went viral after the game.
By the way,
during the game.
Can we say that the best thing that's come out of opening day so far, besides the Mets being 1-0 and on our way to a World Series, the smoke flag in San Francisco?
I didn't see that.
Oh,
what are you talking about?
You didn't see the smoke flag?
No.
Oh, my God. So look it up. Out in right field off of McCovey Cove, when they're doing the anthem, you know where they set off fireworks? They timed everything where there was a big explosion of fireworks, and it formed out of the smoke.
Oh, I did see that.
An American flag.
Yeah,
it only lasted like 2 seconds.
That looked like balloons to me.
No, a smoke flag.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
I didn't know we had like innovations in fireworks and smoke. I didn't know we had that sort of capability. I thought we were just doing drone shows now, or drone shows. Dude, the smoke flag, like that should be a part of every celebration. I know it only lasts a couple seconds, but my God, that was the best part of that game, was smoke flag.
Okay, so this went viral, and some are already labeling this the best national anthem of all time. This was last night, Yankees-Giants.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled
man, right? He's the little sailor outfit.
Yeah, he's a retired Navyman.
Ooh.
His name is, let's get his name out
He
there.
can belt it out.
His name is...
General Wilson.
Is it Generald? Well, it's spelled General, and then he's got a D on it, on the end of it. So, Generald or Generald?
I'm going to
go Generald.
I think General.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, he's great.
The seaman.
And that was fantastic.
That was amazing.
So
still, and then right after that, smoke flag. Someone's saying that those were drones with smoke in them.
That would make more sense.
And right before that, Bert Kreischer yelling around and running around.
Yeah.
Boy,
we have that audio.
There was a lot of good, and
we'll play it next.
There was some bad there on opening day, but yeah.
Yeah, we've got a lot of audio. Okay, so, and listen, here's the other thing. This is a big sports day.
Yeah.
We're sportsmen, sports day. It is technically opening day, sort of. And the Sweet 16 starts in about an hour.
Yeah.
And we have late-breaking local sports news.
Yeah. There's a lot going on right now.
Excuse me.
Go Beavers, how about that?
Humperdinck Mary Buttercup, little less than half an hour. A lot is happening.
Scott Barnes is retiring at Oregon State.
Yes.
Rejoice. Although it's not going to be anytime soon.
I love quote retiring.
Yeah, exactly.
But he's going to stick on to transition.
So here's the news. He put out a statement earlier, and he says, I probably should step away.
Everyone hates me.
That's me. And then he said he'll stay on until August 31, but then he stays on as a senior advisor until August 31 of 2027.
Yeah. I think that's code for I would still like my money.
Jeez.
And I know you all hate me, and we can't really get anything done because I'm here, but if you think I'm walking away without this paper, yeah,
that's code for my contract runs through 2030.
Yeah.
I'm going to get money.
Yeah. I'm going to stay here. I'm going to take some coin. So I'm the highest paid athletic director in my conference. F you.
All right. So they say they're going to find a new AD. Yeah. They'll have him him or her in the next couple of months, and they're using a search firm. And of course, a search committee.
Of course. Yeah. A blue ribbon fact-finding commission to come up with the replacement to the greatness that is Scott Barnes. At least he finally realized that he could not stay in that position.
Well, do you think they tried to fire him and maybe worked this deal out?
Yeah. Well, they wanted him gone. They just
So he's being fired.
Yeah, but he gets to look. It's like, dude, we don't want to pay you. You make a lot of money. We don't have any money. Can we please come up with a reasonable solution to this? Yeah. And give him credit for realizing no one wants him there. Get your money and quietly go away.
I don't know that it's going to be quietly.
Well,
I'm not giving him credit for anything.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
Dude just ruined Oregon State for a while.
Well, the other thing, too, is even if he retired today, he already made the two big hires. He hired the football coach and he hired the men's basketball coach.
That's true.
And he knew he was probably close to being done.
Yeah.
And he got those hires in. And then, by the way, he's a senior advisor until next year. Good luck firing his coaches if they don't work out.
I like that.
He's got you by the ball.
Yeah.
Who does he have naked pictures of?
He loves either the president loves him or there's something.
Do you think they're doing it?
I guess. My guess is that the people up top don't really care and they don't want to pay him to go away. They're already paying a bunch of people.
No, but seriously, do you think they're doing it?
I'm not going to wildly speculate on that.
Not all women are sluts. Yeah, I don't know, man. They might be doing it. All right, well, that's the late-breaking local sports news. I've got Sweet 16 fun facts. That'll be at 3:30, but up next, some audio from last night on The Fan. Hi. I'm a balloon.
Bye.
You don't have my number.
I do have your number.
Well, some people don't.
That's true.
So listen, before we get to Sweet 16 tee-up, that Netflix broadcast of the baseball opening night last night was so bad, maybe it was good.
Well,
because we're going to talk about
it. Yeah, people are talking about it.
Yeah, the whole internet is talking about it. So you heard the national anthem. That was a good start.
Yeah.
Really nice national anthem.
Smoke,
really nice.
And smoke flag. Flyover was real cool. It was just pageantry. It's a beautiful stadium. They did a very, very nice job all around.
So yesterday we were talking about the Bert Kreischer intro.
Yeah.
And it was scrubbed from the internet, but you cannot. Steven is he's like a rabid badger.
He was determined to find this.
I'll go down some dark rabbit holes.
He needed to go find it, and he found it. So here is the Bert Kreischer. What would you call it?
He's introducing the teams.
Yeah, he's hyping. He's a hype guy.
Okay, so they had taxis out there for New York, and they had a trolley out there for San Francisco.
And Bert emerges from the trolley with some random dancers.
Wearing a Major League Baseball logo sweatshirt.
Yes.
And every dancer out there is wearing the same sweatshirt as well. No team, just Major League Baseball logos.
Taking inspiration from Rob Lowe.
Yes.
This is the day we've been waiting for all winter long. Opening night of Major League Baseball live on Netflix. Two of the most storied franchises meet in one of the most iconic parks in the world. The New York Yankees. The San Francisco Giants!
Can you take his shirt off?
Right now, the Giants have to be thinking there is no place like home. Let's meet the team.
Let's meet the teams? What does that mean? Like, did he intro them?
No, then a lady came on and introduced the starting lineup.
That was Bert. The look on the players' faces was just priceless. Every one of them was like, what?
They were horrified.
Why are you yelling at me right now? The only time the crowd had any sort of reaction, I guess when you said Yankees, some people booed and the Giants got a little bit of
What do you think he got paid to do that?
don't know. Well, he's got that new show on Netflix, so it might have merely been, dude, we're paying you a lot of money for this crappy show no one's watching. We couldn't get Dane Cook, so get your ass out here.
Well, apparently they kept going to him throughout the game, too.
Yeah.
Like they would have split screen, and they would have a camera on him, and then the camera on the game, and they're just talking to him.
No one.
Boy.
The internet absolutely just tore it apart.
I don't think anybody liked it.
No.
Well,
no.
they've got this whole thing where they just feel so compelled to make it cool.
Yeah.
But you can tell that it's not very cool people trying to make it cool.
Well, and unfortunately, this is one of those. You can tell when someone's kind of had their moment and it's passed a little bit. Bert, it might be. This one's gonna hurt a little bit. He's a lovable guy, but this one's gonna.
He's starting to take a lot of heat.
Yeah, this one's gonna sit with Bert for a while.
Bert's like kind of become the new
Dane Cook. Like for a while, Bert was a huge deal, and now he's kind of become a bit of a punching bag.
Dane Cook, huh?
Yeah, Dane Cook was really big. Like the biggest comedian on the planet, and then he started doing everything, and people were like, "Why are we looking at Dane Cook again?" And I kind of feel that Bert has hit that point where he got so big that everyone wanted him to do something, and then realized, I think everyone realized that maybe less is more of Bert, and now we're doing this, and
not a lot of range there.
No, the backlash it's a little palpable.
I mean, Dane Cook was doing rom-coms with the great Jessica Alba.
Yeah,
the hotness that is her. It's crazy stuff.
I mean, that's the whole bit. Like in Step Brothers, like the worst person in the world tells his wife, "Baby, get in the car. Dane Cook, pay-per-view, 20 minutes." Like Dane Cook has said, in that moment, my career ended. I was dead. And now you could see that on a TV show, the worst douchiest person be like, "Honey, get in the car. Bert Kreischer, pay-per-view, 20 minutes. Let's go." Man, that's It's tough because Bert's a lovable guy, but that one's.
Well, he's going to need some new material.
He doesn't have any.
Apparently not. No. But he's, if he's going to pull out of this, because the thing about this, the thing that I guess the guy that he reminds me of a little bit is Kevin Hart, and Kevin Hart is bigger than Bert Kreischer, obviously, because Kevin Hart's funnier. Like Kevin Hart actually continues to make comedy. Yeah. And I, say what you will about Kevin Hart, I find Kevin Hart to be overdone. Like he's everywhere, and I can't stand it. Yeah. I'm like, I get Kevin Hart off of my television. Yeah. And that's maybe what people are saying about Bert Kreischer, but I think the only difference is Kevin Hart's actually funny.
Yes. Bert, there's only so many times, as someone said, that you can listen to a 50-year-old man talking about partying in college.
Right. At that point, that's his only bit. It's like, move it along. Yeah. Like, what else do we got? Come up with some other jokes. You're obviously funny. Or are you?
Yeah. It's the night we've all been waiting for. I feel bad for him because there's no one could do that. Well, that's an impossible hype job.
It was scripted. Like the Giants have to be thinking there's no place like home. Great line, Bert.
It's like what?
What on earth?
Someone was like, "Can you stop yelling at me? I just
okay.
I got my $12 hot dog and my $20 beer. Just
you also know someone's like, dude, we nailed this. This is gonna work so well." And then Bert ran off the trolley.
So
in his Major League Rob Lowe sweatshirt.
They also put Jameus Winston on the broadcast.
Yeah.
And again, we're catching all of this today because we were on the air.
Yeah.
So I missed all this, but apparently Jameis Winston was on there.
Yeah.
Can I ask why?
No idea.
No one knows.
No idea.
He played baseball at Florida State.
Yeah, he played baseball, and he apparently he has taken an at-bat against Max Fried, but I don't know.
But isn't he still an active NFL player?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Again, I think you've got uncool people just desperately trying to make their broadcast cool, and they don't know how to go about it.
Hey, he was funny that one time.
And they're like, they saw a clip of Jameis Winston and said, what if we get him? Just like you said yesterday. Hey, great idea, John. Let's go get a beer. Like, this is how they put these together. Yeah. So here was a little bit of Jameis Winston being introduced. Now, he was like a roving reporter. He was just like out.
He was everywhere.
He was throwing glizzies into the crowd, hitting people with hot dogs. Whoops.
Heisman Trophy winner Jameis Winston, who's hanging out at the Crazy Crab here at Oracle Park. I'm going to address the elephant in the room. Jameis, did you pay for the crab legs or?
Well, Elle, I may or may not be plotting to find ways to get some fresh crab legs, but a trusted source told me that ever since Barry Bonds retired from the San Francisco Giants, that sales have skyrocketed due to the decrease of baseball-related crab deaths.
What? Oh, my God.
Did you hear him at the end? He went, but anyway, he did like kind of a...
Yeah, like a Porky Pig?
Yes.
Like that's all, folks? So
he actually did. Actually, he cut it off here.
Because then he's like, but he goes,
that's not all, folks.
Right, the clip goes, but that's not all. And then he went to some other.
So
he did do a Porky Pig.
So are we saying that Barry Bonds is killing crabs by hitting it into the bay? Is that what we're doing?
I don't understand that. Can I play that again?
And he stole crab legs at Florida State, 20 years ago?
Yeah.
Heisman Trophy winner Jameis Winston, who's hanging out at the Crazy Crab here at Oracle Park. I'm going to address the elephant in the room. Jameis, did you pay for the crab legs or?
Well, Elle, I may or may not be plotting to find ways to get some fresh crab legs, but a trusted source told me that ever since Barry Bonds retired from the San Francisco Giants, that sales have skyrocketed due to the decrease of baseball-related crab deaths. But
that's not all, folks.
Here's the rest of the clip. I cut it off because there's like 5 seconds after it. Hold on. Streaming, buffering.
The fan.
Try sports.
I love sports.
Hold on.
Nah.
Keep talking.
Okay,
we'll try later.
Okay. Anyway, they had more with James, and yes, I guess that means the only thing I can deduce there is yes, he killed crabs by hitting the ball into the water.
Yeah.
That's a really bad joke.
Yeah.
So that was the kind of night.
So they wrote that for Jameis Winston.
Crab deaths. but that's not all, folks. My history with crab legs, y'all may know.
Heisman Trophy.
Yeah.
Boy.
So why would he do that? But that's not all.
So someone wrote. The best part is that was pre-written out, and that someone, like I said, was in the broadcast booth going, "This is gonna kill."
Do you think Winston did that to make fun of the joke that they wrote that he had to deliver?
I don't know.
But man, Anyway, we got a little Barry Bonds story.
Yeah.
So Bonds was on there, being all Bondsy. Not Bonzi Wells.
No.
Bonds.
Although I could see Bonds flipping people off a la Bonzi. I could see that.
So Barry Bonds was almost a Yankee.
Yeah.
Apparently. They wanted him. And here is his version of events as to why he was not.
When you came here, Barry, there was so much discussion of the Yankees being interested. You ever think back in a what-if sense? What if I was a Yankee? That short porch, you might have hit 1,000 home runs.
I don't, I got to tell you a story because George isn't here anymore, so I can tell the truth, right?
All right, George.
Right, he ain't here. Well, I would have been the Yankees, but Steinbrenner got on the phone and they called us and they told me, Barry, we're going to give you the money to highest paid player at that time, but you have to sign the contract by 2 o'clock this afternoon. And I said, excuse me? And I just hung the phone up.
Wow.
And I went to go get lunch and my, Dennis Gilbert, my agent, and were like, what, do you know what you just did? I'm like, did you know what he just said? I just said, forget it. And I went to go get, by the time I walked down the street to go get lunch, I said, let me just think about this. The Giants called me and I said, I'm going home.
Yeah. I think that's going to get pushed around on social media a little bit, that story.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
That sounds very Bonzi.
Yeah. I mean, think about it, though. The Yankees it sounds like they could have had him. They just pissed him off.
Yeah.
And yes, if someone is going to get all spiteful over some weird slight, it would be Barry Bonds.
Yeah, Buck told us a story last night via text about Bonds.
And he said it was confirmed because Buck used to work down with the Giants, and so he was around those guys that played with him. So this is not like hearsay. This was, I guess, a legit known story.
Yeah, so apparently he used to notice when his own pitchers were tipping pitches.
Yeah.
But he told them that he couldn't tell them because they might someday be on a different team and be his opponent.
Yes, and I guess it made the pitchers obviously furious.
Yeah, so
imagine that.
Great teammate, Barry Bonds.
Barry Bonds did say in the broadcast that he was the best teammate because he
Apparently
was so
not.
good.
Yeah, apparently
He
not.
said he may not have talked to anyone, but on the field, basically he was the best player, therefore he was the best teammate, which, hey,
all right.
fair enough. Isn't Jeff Kent that fought him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They fought.
Yeah.
Two grade A-holes.
Yeah.
Perfect for one another.
Can you imagine?
They'll probably show up on an episode of Neighbors next week.
Yeah. Can you imagine that dynamic? Like, who do you side with? Who's the bigger jerk? Like, because Jeff Kent's a notorious red ass, and then there's Barry Bonds, who might be the biggest jerk of all time.
I don't want either of them.
Imagine if you put Clemens in that mix.
Roger.
Yeah.
So a couple other things from that broadcast. Apparently they missed the first ever ABS challenge in Major League Baseball history. And they were kind of hyping it up. They were like, apparently they were talking like, oh, when's it going to come? And all that. And a Yankee guy tapped his helmet early in the game and they totally missed it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were doing like a live interview in the dugout.
Were they going live to Jameis Winston or Bert Kreischer?
Do you want the Bonds teammate audio right now? I got that.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, if you got it.
And we all are responsible for our own jobs. And I'll go back to myself with all the criticisms that I've been through. On that field, like I say, I may not have talked to anybody off the field. That was just me, all right? But on that field, I was probably the best teammate you would ever have. I took more walks for my team, got on base for my team, and that's what baseball's about. And Aaron Judge brings that to his team every
So
taking walks.
So he's the world's biggest ass and won't talk to anyone, but he takes a lot of walks. Therefore,
great teammate.
That's the best thing you can do.
Well, I love that Barry's going to be on this redemption tour, but he can't really do it because he can't help himself. He's just a jerk.
But if he does more stories like the Steinbrenner story, that'll work.
Oh, yeah. That was interesting.
That's what he has to do. He can't talk about himself like that. He has to talk about stories
But at
that
the
he
same
has.
time, doesn't that also just remind you of what an ass he is? Like,
true.
I mean, granted, Steinbrenner was kind of a jerk too, but it doesn't make you like more likable. You're like you were gonna go to the Yankees, but because of some weird slight, you're like, F you.
You put me in a corner, man.
Yeah, I don't want to go back to the Giants, but I will simply because I don't know. I don't like
you. Did you give me a deadline?
Yeah, God forbid there's a deadline, Barry. We're gonna make you the highest paid player in baseball. I would need you to sign this by 2. Kiss my ass. No one tells Barry what to do.
Did you see Judge is the first reigning MVP to wear a golden sombrero in the season opener?
No.
Oh, no. That has never happened
Congratulations, Aaron Judge.
until last night. He went 0 for 5, actually.
Oh, no.
But he struck out 4 times.
Yeah.
The Golden Sombrero is 0 for 4 strikeouts.
Yeah. Are you kidding me? Wasn't there one for the 5 too? If you strike out 5 times, I thought that we had coined a new term for that.
Platinum.
The Platinum Sombrero.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm misremembering, but I thought for a while there we were trying to come up with something if you had the 5 strikeout game.
All right, we've got some more from baseball, but we're going to get to some Sweet 16 fun facts. You like fun facts?
Yeah, let's do it.
The Sweet 16 starts tonight.
Kind of snuck up on me, to be honest with you.
And we'll get to that coming up next. Here's Steven.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, Oregon State. Their president, Jyoti Murthy, announced that athletic director Scott Barnes is going to retire effective August 31st of this year. But upon retirement, Barnes will then become a senior advisor for athletics through August of 2027. Of course, that has a lot to do with Barnes is still under contract until June 30th in 2030. Baseball is back. Last night it was the Yankees dominating the Giants. Today we had 11 more games. Earlier today, Brewers dominated the White Sox thanks to Jacob Mizorowski's 11 strikeouts. The Mets, they knocked Paul Skeens out of the game after only 2/3 of an inning. Mets beat the Pirates 11-7. Later tonight, D-backs taking on the Dodgers. Mariners host the Guardians up from T-Mobile Park. Duke head coach John Shire said that guard Caleb Foster is going to be a game-time decision for Friday's game against St. John's. Foster's missed the past 5 games with a fracture in his foot, but he could be big as they play a St. John's team who forced 16 turnovers in their win over Kansas in the second round of the tournament. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver said yesterday that the league plans to implement major changes to its draft lottery system with an eye towards curbing the practice of tanking. He said, quote, "We are going to fix it, full stop," end quote. More out of college basketball news. NC State, their head coach, Will Wade, he is leaving the Wolfpack after only 1 season and heading back to LSU. Wade signed a 7-year deal with the Tigers. He coached there for 5 seasons from 2017 to 2022, posting a 105-51 record, guiding LSU to the NCAA tournament 3 times. And the Trailblazers, they crushed last night. They beat the Bucks 130-99 last night. But Clippers won as well, so the Blazers still half game behind the Clippers for that 8th seed in the Western Conference. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Badeet. I like that. The man of increase is back.
It's the national treasure. They decided to make crab leg jokes. Do half the people watching 3/4 have any idea what that even means?
No.
Being a man of increase?
A lot of mild baseball fans are aware that he stole crab legs in college 20 years ago.
But that's not all, folks.
How long before Jameus Winston goes the way of Bert Kreischer?
Unfortunately, I think it's getting close.
But he still plays, though.
He still plays. But.
So when he's done playing, they're going to put him everywhere.
Yep.
All right. Now to the Sweet 16.
Yeah, kind of snuck up on you. We got so much stuff going on. But
yes, it starts in about 30 minutes.
Dare I say, I think tomorrow the more high profile of the Sweet 16 games.
Well, the first two out of the gate tonight are nice little lappies.
Yeah.
Because they're not the best of the matchups. But you've got Purdue, Texas, and then you've got Nebraska, Iowa.
Purdue is the best team that no one cares about and no one really believes is very good. Like every year, Purdue's a top 4 seed. But we've seen them lose as 16-1, and we don't consider Purdue to be like truly an elite program, and yet they're a top 4 seed every year, and their coach never really gets mentioned for when the big jobs are open.
It's because they keep getting bounced. I mean, at some point you got to get all the way there, man.
Yeah.
And Mark Few's gotten all the way there, and Purdue is like consistently disappointing in the tournament. Now this may be different. That is a good team. So that game, whatever. Texas, Purdue. Texas is the last double-digit seed left.
Isn't it weird that if the idea that the Cinderella is dead and then you have to point to Texas as the... No!
Well, it's probably Nebraska, Iowa.
Yeah.
Cinderella. I mean, they're not really Cinderella. I mean, I guess Iowa kind of... Look, that's a big game for both of those teams. Like, that's not that interesting of a matchup. Two Big Ten teams that are really never doing anything in the tournament. But it's a huge moment for both programs because Nebraska's never even been here, and Iowa hasn't been here since 1999.
I wanted to double check, but yeah, in 2023, Purdue made the national championship.
Did they?
Yeah.
2023? Who'd they play?
2023. They lost to
UConn kicked the crap out. Okay,
yeah.
I stand corrected.
So I when you said that, I was like in my head, I was like, I thought they went to a national title, and I wanted to double check.
Right.
So
I stand corrected.
Yeah. I mean, look.
They should be. I just don't think. I don't know. There's something about them that nobody trusts. Although I think at this point, I think you're right. I think we're sleeping on them a little bit because there's, Michigan, Duke, Arizona, all still alive. Iowa State's still alive. Yeah, nobody's really talking about Purdue.
Well, and did they not win the Big Ten tournament?
They just beat Michigan.
Yeah. So
they're on a bit of a roll.
Like every year we do this where we just kind of. I don't know. Maybe it's just because it's Purdue, but we just don't. If you removed Purdue. And we put this in, I don't know, like, give me another, like we did this with Louisville. We wouldn't talk about them the same way. They play in the best conference in the country this year. They won the conference tournament. They have, yes, there have been some early exits that have been embarrassing, but 2 years ago they were in the national championship, and here they are again. And when everyone's talking about the 1 and 2 seeds, the one team that you don't hear anyone talking about is Purdue.
Do you know that we have the NCAA all-time assist leader in the Sweet 16?
I did not know that.
Did you know that?
No.
All time.
Well, that's saying something.
Any guesses?
Well, I'm assuming that it's going to be in this group of teams that we're talking about today.
It's Braden Smith from Purdue.
Really?
He is the all-time leading assist leader. He passed Bobby Hurley.
Huh. Is this like in college football, though, where all the records are owned by people that aren't that good?
Well, he's pretty good, but he's been there a long time.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is if you were better, you wouldn't be there. Like, all college records are held by good college players that don't do a ton in the pros because if you were good, you'd be gone after 1 year.
So the highest remaining seed is Texas at 11. They are the highest in the Sweet 16 since we had 15 seed Princeton in 2023. Here are a couple of other Sweet 16 fun facts for you. 8 of the last 9 defending champs have failed to reach the Sweet 16.
Yeah, we were talking about that one after Florida got bounced.
So it's been a largely chalky tournament, meaning the favorites are winning, but that Florida loss to Iowa killed a lot of people's chalky parlays.
Yeah. They were like, what, I think the 3rd best odds behind Duke and Arizona, if I'm not mistaken, and they were kind of the sexy pick for when I was looking at the experts brackets. A lot of Florida cutting down the nets.
A lot of people.
A lot of milk.
A lot of milk. A lot of people.
Yeah.
A lot of people saying 6 of the Sweet 16 are from the Big Ten, 4 are from the SEC. Do you know that we have the longest active streak of Sweet 16 appearances still alive this year at 7? You know who that is?
Active streak. Are we talking about the Dukies?
No, we are talking about Houston.
Houston.
They've been there. This is their 7th straight year. 9 of these Sweet 16 are the same as last year.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a fun little nugget right there.
Well, that's why I'm calling them fun facts, Jace.
That is a fun little fact.
I'm not just labeling it that for nothing.
No. Now I'm kind of thinking, do we know, like NFL playoffs usually get about a 50% turnover. Do we know what the turnover is year to year? Is that unusual or is that somewhat...
I feel like 9 of 16 is pretty unusual.
That seems like a lot.
So Tennessee, Alabama, Duke, Michigan State, and Houston all won in this same spot last year. Mm-hmm. Purdue, Arizona, Michigan, and Arkansas all lost in this spot last year. Elsewhere, UConn, Illinois, Iowa State, and Texas have all appeared in the last 2 or 3 Sweet 16s. So in other words, pretty much everybody in the Sweet 16, not named Iowa, Nebraska, and St. John's, has been here in the last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Iowa and St. John's haven't been to the Sweet 16 since 1999, and as I mentioned, Nebraska has never been this far.
Well, Nebraska, wasn't this their
This was their first win in the NCAA tournament ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they won in that opening round, that was their first conference or first tournament win ever, which seems incredible. I know Nebraska doesn't have a great basketball tradition, but they put money into all their sports. That's kind of shocking that that they've never won a tournament game until this year.
Did you know that there is a player in this field who has already won 2 NCAA tournament titles?
Ooh. Well, I'm assuming that has to be with UConn, right? What?
Well, I don't know. You tell me.
I just did. I assume that person.
You asked. You tell.
I don't know. I'm just assuming that that's UConn. Do you not know? Because now I feel like you're stalling for an unknown reason.
I know. I was just trying to see if you would go with that, which you didn't have the confidence to.
No, I did.
And that
not.
disappoints me.
All right.
It's Alex Caravan of UConn, yes.
Okay, yeah.
But with transfers, you never know.
Sure.
But it's, UConn. Believe it or not, this guy's been there for both. He's there for both titles, and he had a huge game in the second round.
Well, I thought there was a chance that maybe someone won the 2 titles at UConn as a bench player and transferred to somewhere else. That would be the other one.
The 2 teams returning and retaining the most talent in the Sweet 16?
Purdue?
Purdue is one of them.
Because if I'm not mistaken, I believe all 5 of Purdue starters are Purdue kids. I don't think they have a transfer on their starting 5.
Yeah, no, that's they are very rare.
I think Purdue and then maybe Michigan State being the other one.
Yep, those are the 2.
And again, I remember seeing the graphic of who remained there, and I think Purdue, they might have been the only 2. Purdue and Michigan State, I think all 5 starters are homegrown.
Yeah, Purdue has like one big dude off the bench who transferred in, but that's about it. They're mostly homegrown guys.
That is kind of weird that even, I know Michigan State and Purdue kind of do it a little bit differently, but you would still think in today's world of the transfer portal and NIL that, like Duke's the same way, but Duke has a transfer. It's a little surprising that you got this far with just your guys.
And a couple of coach notes. Rick Barnes, we like to talk about him choking in the tournament.
Yes.
His NCAA tournament against the spread record, 19-32. He is 4.5-point underdog to Iowa State.
Iowa State, by the way, looks quite good at this point.
Yeah, but they're going to need Joshua Jefferson, and I don't know his status. Do you have that over there at the sports desk?
Game time decision still.
GTD.
Yeah.
That's a big one. John Calipari, 11-0-1 against the spread as an underdog in the NCAA tournament and conference tournament.
What's he getting?
They're getting 8.
They're getting
8 or 9. Something
well,
like
I'll tell you what, that's not a bad little piece of action right there.
Arkansas.
Yeah, 8.5 right now. Arizona's the favorite.
Yeah, they're taking on Arizona.
And say what you will about Calipari kind of being sleazy, and people say that he's not the best X's and O's coach. At some point,
he's a good
like
coach.
Wherever that guy goes, like it works.
You're right. He's not a good X's and O's coach, but what he does is he gets the best talent and says, "Hey, go do your thing." Because we see what Darius Acuff does, and he's the best player on the court. So the Calipari says, "Go nuts, man! Go do your thing."
I understand that he's not and look, I'm no basketball expert, but at some point, like he can't be he is good assistants. That guy wins at a high level wherever he goes. Like at some point, you got to stop bashing Calipari and just give the guy his flowers.
Don't you think we've kind of stopped bashing Calipari?
I think so a little bit, but we don't. If you took his resume, now some of that resume is a little weird because it doesn't exist because it's been eliminated from the record books. But so the Final Four at UMass didn't happen. The Final Four
Memphis?
at Memphis didn't happen. The Kentucky one I think is legit, right? I think we're all fine at Kentucky, right? I think
for now.
Look, we all saw it.
Yeah, we knew.
They happened.
Yeah. So, Final Four, national champion, I think 2 Final Fours, maybe 3 at Kentucky. And now we're at Arkansas where he came in with not a single player. And he's got Arkansas now in back-to-back Sweet 16s. You know,
He sucks.
If that was another coach, we would be talking about him in utmost reverence, like the Tom Izzos of the world, like
Patino.
Yeah, Patino. We worship at their feet, and with Calipari, we do this. Calipari kind of gets the Phil Jackson thing, where like, well, all he does is get good players. Well, he's not really good. He just has good. If I had those players, well, then go get them. So I mean, I don't know. I just I don't want to defend Calipari because the guy does kind of seem like a giant sleaze, and everywhere he goes, trouble follows. But I don't know. I find it interesting that he's just one of those guys that we will not give credit to. If he wins a national title at Arkansas, people are going to be like, NIL. And,
ACUF.
Yeah, ACUF. And they'll be like, well, it's all that Tyson chicken money. And they'll just come up with another excuse to not give that guy his flowers.
And one last little nuggie for you. We got to go here, but Rick Pitino.
It's chicken.
It is chicken.
12-1 in his career in the Sweet 16.
So don't bet against St. John's.
Well, Duke's pretty good, but
tell you what, Duke didn't look that great in the tournament so far.
No, they really haven't. But they're getting healthy. I think that Shire said Caleb Foster is close to returning.
Yes, game time. He's a game time as well, but he's been ramping up and said he will do whatever he can to get onto the court.
Yeah,
so we'll see what happens.
And then the other guy, the big guy, played against
he
TCU.
played last round.
Now, I did hear that Patino might be flirting with the white suit, though. Just saying.
Oh, dude.
He says there.
That's worth 2 points.
Someone was asking him about it, and he was kind of being coy about it. He said he couldn't find the pants. He said he normally saves that for like Final Four type stuff.
He had to bury those somewhere with the bodies.
Yeah, he said he couldn't find his pants.
Had blood on him.
Well, or something else. Maybe something from that Italian joint. But
dear.
Hey, 9/11.
Yeah, so like if he comes out against Duke and he breaks out the white suit, dude, I'm loading up. I'm getting 6.5 right now. Give me the vampire.
All right, let's go back and talk about we haven't even mentioned the bigger game of the night. The best game of the night is the last game, and we'll get to that next on The Fan. I don't really know why they do this. Maybe it's just because it's a weekday, but the Sweet 16, the second 2 games, they start. Well, the first one may not, but the second one certainly does. It starts after 10 o'clock Eastern time.
Yeah, so we got 6:45 for Arkansas, Arizona, and then 7:05 is the Illinois Houston game.
Right, but that's 9:45 and 10:05 Eastern, and I'm surprised we don't hear more of the, like the ESPNs of the world and all the East Coast honks being pissy about that. That is late.
Well, not only is it late, but they're by far the 2 best games.
Yeah, so I don't understand why they do that. Are they?
Well, I mean,
they're giving a nod to the West Coast.
Well, they are being played. I don't know which one's which, but one's being played in California, one's being played in Texas. So, I mean,
yeah, but it's usually they set for TV time.
Sure.
So I think that's weird. I'm surprised we're not hearing more bloviation about that.
But if you were playing, I mean, if you took the 6:45 game though, and you played that East Coast, you're going to tip off on a Thursday at 3:30 on California time.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean,
is Friday that same way?
Oh yeah, but because they have 2 games at each site.
Yeah.
So the second one has to be later.
Has to be.
So I don't know. I don't know why they do that. But tonight the evening games are pretty good. You got Arizona, Arkansas, and that is you got a matchup of 2 first-round guards there in Acuff and who's the Arizona kid?
They got Beeries and Coapete.
Beeries.
Yeah. And Beeries is the freshman.
Yes,
right?
and then Coapete's a freshman as well, who will be.
Are they both freshmen?
Yeah, mid first round pick.
Yeah. And Acuff will be top 3.
He's moving up. Yeah,
top 4.
I thought he was closer to 10. He's kind of moving up more to top 5, trying to sneak into that top.
And he's a freshman.
3, yes.
He's a freshman. He just signed. He's going to be the new face of Reebok. I saw that he was the first collegiate athlete to have his own signature shoe. So Reebok is like Cooper Flagg had a New Balance shoe, but it wasn't his own. It just was, he was a New Balance guy, even though he played at Duke and wore Nike. I guess Acuff is going to be getting his own signature shoe. So they're betting big on him. And I've seen some people say that with Peterson's kind of weird year at Kansas, that it's might be DeBonsa 1 and Acuff 2, and then Peterson 3, and then whatever ends up being with Boozer.
And then we have Houston, Illinois at 7:05. And that's a great game. That's basically you got 2 of the top 5 remaining teams if you look at the power rankings. And again, 2 excellent freshman guards. You got Flemings from Houston going up against Wagler from Illinois.
Yeah. We talked about that we haven't really seen freshman-led teams. And not that these teams are all just, freshmen here, but they do, the marquee players are freshmen.
I think Illinois is a live dog. I don't know what you think, Stevie Brackets.
2.5.
But that team, they've got some dudes. Now, the thing about this is styles make fights. It's matchups. And Houston can shove you around, as you well know from being a BYU fan.
Dude, they just
absolutely bitch slapped you guys.
So much about Houston, though, is again, it goes back to, do they let them play that way?
I think officials will be huge in this game.
I swear to God, Houston pulls the old New England Patriots. They come out in the first half and they just maul you, and they wait and see if the officials are willing to blow the whistle every time. But when they are allowed to get up in your face and trap you and shove you around, it becomes a death march trying to score against that Houston defense.
I think a big one will be Merkovic on Illinois. He's a big guy that is not very quick. He reminds me of Alfred Sengun with the Houston Rockets. Big, kind of slow, but gets to where he wants, makes passes. If he doesn't get overwhelmed with the athleticism, I think Illinois, he can take a lot of pressure off that pressure defense and make some plays. Because Wagler's going to be good, and you're right, Houston just gets after you. So if they can get some type of release out of the pressure, that's where Illinois is going to have a little bit of an advantage there.
And doesn't Stojakovic come off the bench? Is he off the? So it's Page's kid.
Page's kid. He's really good. Yeah,
he is really good, and I think Illinois. I think he comes off their bench.
He does some. Yeah,
dude. That's a great game. And Houston's awesome. That Flemings kid. He's a freshman. He is really good. I wonder though, because they were in the final last year, and almost took down Florida. I don't think they're quite as good this year offensively because they rely a lot on Fleming.
I haven't seen a lot of Illinois. The only time I really watched Illinois,
talking about Houston.
I know. I haven't seen a lot of Illinois. I saw him play Oregon, but Houston I've seen play because I watch more Big 12 basketball, and it does feel at times their offense it's bad. Like that you can hang around against them because they struggle to score, but when they're knocking down threes and their offense actually looks good, Houston is just as
they might be the best team in the nation. When
they're just scary, but the offense is very inconsistent.
But then you go Illinois' defense, and it's not great.
No. Maybe styles make fights.
This is a great one. Great offense for Illinois, great defense for Houston. So we'll see what happens. That's a hell of a game. That's probably the game of the night, and that's the last one. So they get underway shortly with Purdue and Texas.
Would you, if you had to pick, so Kansas is out, and you got to go sentimental favorite here. If you could pick someone, your sports wish, get the old monkey paw. Do you give Kelvin Sampson? Do you finally let him get one?
Listen,
I think redemption arc.
I think he is a great coach, but I also think he is a great A jerk.
Yeah,
and I don't really root for him. Although I do really love the way his team plays.
Yeah.
Like they are tough.
Yeah,
I love that. But no, I don't. I root with my wallet. It's who I got my money on.
Okay.
So
who do you have then?
Well, the only ticket I have for a title left is Purdue, and that's a long shot.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping they win. Hoping they get to the Final Four. Then maybe I can hedge that. And then I've got some Final Four tickets, and some straight bets. Like I think Purdue beats Texas.
You do not have a single sentimental.
I mean,
you would like to see someone.
I've been talking crap on them all year because I don't think they're that good. Like here's the team I'll tell you. I like Nebraska. I have always liked Nebraska because I grew up in Kansas, and the Nebraska football program was really something. I went up to a couple of games up there.
Yeah.
Their fans always infiltrated Lawrence when I was in college when they played down in Lawrence. And let me tell you, their fans are absolutely fantastic. They really are. They're some of the best fans in sports. They're a great fan base. I was happy when Mike Riley got a job there. I'm like, I don't know if this is going to work out, but dude, those are two of the nicest entities that needed to meet. I really like Nebraska. Now, I've been talking a lot of crap on them because they're not elite. I know they were a 3 seed. They had a really good year. They have a good coach.
4 seed, though.
4 seed, sorry. But their defense is, I think, I'll look it up, but I think their defense is where they separate from the elite teams. Like, they're just not. But I root for them. So I would like to see them go to the Final Four. I think Fred Hoiberg's a good coach. And so if you need a sentimental from me, I'll give you Nebraska.
Okay. Just wanted to see, outside of your wallet, did you have someone that you were kind of pulling for?
I don't root for Izzo. I don't root for UConn.
Yeah.
Duke can screw off. Tommy Lloyd, something tells me Tommy Lloyd's going to screw it up again.
See, I wouldn't mind. Arizona, who hasn't been there, hasn't won one since, 97? I could get on board. If Arizona got one.
Yeah, sorry, it was the other way around. Nebraska's offense is ranked 51st. Their defense is ranked 6th.
Okay.
But when you look at the Arizonas and the Dukes
they're more balanced.
And the Houstons and the Michigans, they're all top 10 in both.
Yeah.
That's the difference between Nebraska and the other teams.
Yeah.
But here's Nebraska. And they've got Iowa.
Yeah.
They can beat Iowa. They've already beat them once. So Nebraska may be playing for a chance to go to the Final Four.
That'd be something.
Which I think would be pretty cool.
Having never won a tournament game to go into the Final Four. That'd be awesome.
All right. What was I telling you about? Oh, we've got something out of the, this is something we talked about yesterday. It's out of the Legends Just Can't Go Away with Grace department.
They very rarely can.
That is next on The Fan.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, Oregon State President Jameus Murthy announced today that Athletic Director Scott Barnes is going to retire effectively on August 31st of this year. But then upon retirement, Barnes will become a senior advisor for athletics through August 31st of 2027. A lot of that meaning because he is still under contract through June 30th of 2030. Baseball is back. Last night we had opening night. Yankees dominated the Giants. Today we get 11 more games. Brewers dominated the White Sox earlier today thanks to Jacob Mizorowski, 11 strikeouts. Mets, they knocked Paul Skeens out of the game after only 2/3 of an inning. The Mets beat the Pirates 11-7. Later tonight, D-backs taking on the Dodgers. And Mariners, they're hosting the Guardians from T-Mobile Park. Duke head coach John Shire said that guard Caleb Foster is going to be a game-time decision for Friday's game against St. John's. Foster's missed the past 5 games with a fracture in his foot, but could be big as he's been a starting guard all season long. And Duke plays the St. John's team before 16 turnovers in their win over Kansas in the second round. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver said yesterday that the league plans to implement major changes to its draft lottery system with an eye toward curbing the practice of tanking. He said, quote, "We are going to fix it. Full stop," end quote. NC State, their head coach Will Wade, he's leaving the Wolfpack after only 1 season, headed back to LSU. Wade signing a 7-year deal with the Tigers. He coached there for 5 seasons from 2017 to 2022, posting a 105-51 record, guiding LSU to the NCAA tournament 3 separate times. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
Hello. What are you guys doing?
Oh, just sports.
Purdue and Texas just tipping off. March Madness is back. Although we still have to wait another week for the college basketball crown tournament.
Which is the one anyone really cares about. But we have the Whibbit. Don't forget about that.
Not tonight, I don't think. They wouldn't be so foolish as to put it up against Purdue and Texas, would they?
I'm still basking in the glow of the Mets now being 1-0 on our way to being undefeated.
Yeah, big day in baseball. Tom Brady making headlines today.
When is Tom Brady's? Is he now in the headlines more than when he actually played?
Well,
I feel like Tom Brady is that dude has the ability to stay in the headlines maybe more so than any other athlete. He's not even doing anything.
Well, people care what he says and what he does. Yeah. You know, they're following his every move. He was just playing flag football. He looked pretty good out there slinging it.
I love that from that
flag football, handsome still.
From that flag football game we took that Tom Brady can still play and Odell Beckham needs to be back in the league.
He's all ripped. He's got new sunglasses.
His butt chin.
Yeah, and so he came out today and he said that, and this is something we were talking about just yesterday. We were talking about how legends, it's really hard when legends just can't go away gracefully.
Yeah.
And they can do whatever they want. It's just, it's hard to see Tiger Woods not making the cut and bowing out of a golf tournament because he has the trots.
Yes.
You know, it's hard to watch fat Michael Jordan, you know. So Brady, I mean, was still awesome when he retired. You know, I mean,
he was still good.
Won a Super Bowl like a year before or 2 years before, whatever.
2 years. Yeah, his numbers his last year were not bad.
And so he's come out now, and there's a headline about him that said he asked the NFL if he could make a comeback while being minority owner of the Raiders.
Yes.
And he said that they did not like that idea very much.
They've already bowed down to him, and they let him do his broadcasting while still being a owner of the Raiders. And now he wants to be a broadcaster, owner, and player. Cool, Tom.
Yeah, but, okay. he knew that.
Yes.
Right? So what is he doing here? What is Tom Brady up to? Is Tom Brady trying to say, "Hey, you guys, I could return. If I returned, I would be good." But they won't let me. He knows that he can't return as an owner.
Well, and he knows he can't return. He's 49 years old. Stop it, Tom.
But see, that's where I think we differ. I think he believes that he will. He's trying to float the idea that if he came back, watch out. But he knows he can't come back.
Then he's doing the hold me back, bro.
Right.
He's doing the NBA fight.
I think that's what he's doing. Why else would he say that?
I don't know. He tweeted after that flag football game. He was kind of making cryptic tweets about how, he could still do it and he could still sling the rock. But do we know? I mean, that is such an absurd thing. He played in a flag football game, and somehow we've equated that to Tom Brady at 49, almost 50, can go back.
He's 48.
I thought he was 49.
He'll be 49 in August.
Okay, so 40.
Come on.
All right, be fair. And the idea that he can come back and play. I mean, God, we can't let legends go either. So it's as bad as Tom Brady or Tiger Woods can't let go and just go away. We can't do it either.
Yeah.
We can't let it go.
You tell me you wouldn't want to see Tom Brady see if he could play? I'd love to see that.
I would like to see it, yeah. But again, when it gets bad, I don't want to watch it.
But I think you kind of do. If it got bad.
No, I don't want to watch that.
If he came back and it was ugly. Like Phillip Rivers, how old was Phillip Rivers? So, okay, I want you to think about when Phillip Rivers came back this year. He was 44. 44, 5 years younger than what Tom will be. And remember, it looked like he couldn't, it was like he was shot putting the ball and he couldn't move. And as weird and as awkward as that was, you couldn't take your eyes off of it. There is something to that if Tom Brady came back and it was a car wreck, people would make fun of him and say, hang it up, but they would still watch. We can't, I don't know who can't let go more, the fans or the athlete. Because Mike Tyson was damn near 60. And he fought Jake Paul in maybe the saddest thing I've seen. And it broke records. It was the biggest sports event Netflix had ever had.
And now he's going to fight another fight.
Now he's going to fight another fight against Floyd Mayweather. And when he is 60, Mike Tyson was using a walker 6 months before that Jake Paul fight. And people were still I bet you Tyson gets him. I'll bet you he's Mike Tyson. The punch is the last thing to go. We can't. We've seen too many Rocky movies. I mean, and so it's I don't know who to blame more, the athlete or us. We're getting ready to do it. Ronda Rousey and Gina Carano, neither one of them have fought for 15 years. Neither one of them are any good, and yet that thing's going to do huge numbers. So shame on us and shame on the athletes. I actually blame us more than the athletes, because I think when you've been in that spotlight and that's all you've done, I don't know there's anything in your life that is as intoxicating or as addictive as that. How do you go from being that level of competition? Think about how insane Tom Brady was about his life and competing, everything around it. He gave up his wife, the mother of his children, said after he had come back, won a Super Bowl, and had stuck his flag in the ground and was like, you are the greatest of all time. And all she asked him was, can we just be a normal family now? And he chose to come back and went, 8-9. He gave up his family to be 8-9 in Tampa Bay. Yep. And so so these guys can't. It's why so many of them end up like alcoholics, or they end up in really bad ways, because they're just nothing that can duplicate that. And so I at least understand their desire to get back in. I just don't understand our desire to keep falling for it.
Yeah, I get why they do it. And again, it's not to tell they can do whatever they want. Yeah. They're king. It's just, as a fan, to me, I like the John Elways.
Yeah.
And like I said, I used Johnny Carson as an example the other day. Just your time's it's over.
Yep.
Just
you imagine
go sit on a beach.
When Tom Brady won that Super Bowl in Tampa, what you want to talk about the greatest ending of all time. You get run out of New England. You have this war with Belichick and Kraft. You go down to Tampa Bay and you conquer the world and you win a Super Bowl. You're drunk on that boat, and at the parade, you hold it up and you're like, greatest of all time. No doubt, 7 Super Bowls. suck it, New England, Bill, whatever you want, and you just walk away. And it would be the greatest ending of all time. Jordan had it. You want to talk about the most defining moment, the shove off or whatever you want to call it, in the Delta Center, the pose, maybe the most famous basketball shot of all time, right? Win your 6th title, and you walk off into the sunset. Last dance, thanks for coming. And he couldn't. He had to go out being overweight, doing whatever he was doing with the Wizards. And he had the perfect moment.
Because think about even Peyton Manning or John Elway. Peyton Manning wasn't good, but he won the Super Bowl, and so that's his legacy.
Yes.
We don't think about how bad he was.
Yep.
Same with John Elway. He wasn't as good as he once was, but he ended his career with those Super Bowl wins, so it's more of a happy ending to this whole story.
The best thing that Peyton Manning ever did was walk away. And people forget, he got benched that year for Brock Osweiler.
Yeah, he was done.
He was awful that season. And yet he won the title, and he was smart enough to be like, dude, we are not doing this again. Like, he knows he is damn lucky, and it's like, cool, my 2nd Super Bowl, and we're out of here. Knowing when to leave might be the hardest thing for those guys to ever do. And at least in most sports, it doesn't end up like being crippling. The problem with like fighters, you end up like Muhammad Ali. You end up with like all those boxers and UFC guys, dude, those guys end up lunchy. Who was it? I think Terrence Crawford, who's the best pound for pound fighter in the world. He retired recently and undefeated. And someone asked him, I think they were offering him, I don't know. It was something ridiculous. They were offering him like $100 million to fight. Who was it? Come out of retirement and fight someone. And he goes, no. And they were like $100 million. And he goes, I'm not ending up like Ali. He goes, what's my brain worth? No, I'm not doing that. He knows he's not what he once was. And I just thought that was really interesting that like they were literally ponying up $100 million. And he goes, no, it's not what my brain's worth. It's not what my life's worth. But so many of these guys, man, it's not just the money, it's the money and it keeps you in the spotlight. You just can't walk away.
All right, up next we have Pants Down Audio. So take your pants off.
Oh, boy.
On the Fan.
Come on, Rob.
Texas, the early lead on Perdon't.
The Cinderella Texas Longhorns. Are you allowed to be called Cinderella when you're Texas?
No. No.
They're an 11 seed.
But they're not. Dude, you said it the other day. Don't they have like one of the highest NILs?
Yeah.
That is not a Cinderella.
And they've got an awkward Ukrainian guy in the middle that can't be stopped. They had to play their way in. They were in the first four.
That's right.
They knocked off BYU as the best player in the country. They knocked off Gonzaga, and now here they are.
Yeah, I think they had a buzzer beater to beat NC State, didn't they?
NC State, yeah. They had the first buzzer beater basically of the tournament on
a
fall away.
They could not close that game out.
No.
And then they hit a prayer to win it. Now NC State lost their coach. Will Wade's going back to LSU.
I love that we're back to this. Will Wade he signed a 7-year deal. For everyone bitching about NIL and player movement, Will Wade says F you. Signed a 7-year deal at North Carolina State, and I'm back to LSU. Will Wade.
Yeah, poor NC State. Now both North Carolina schools need a coach.
Yeah.
It's going to be a nice battle.
Something tells me that North Carolina job slightly better. The one will be interesting is if Bill Self decides to hang it up. That's the one I want to see is does North Carolina and Kansas go after the same coach and which one of those is a better job?
I feel like Tommy Lloyd is going to be the coach at North Carolina.
You think
I do think he leaves, yes.
Arizona's a pretty cush job.
You want to hear what he said?
Yeah.
So they asked him about it today.
Oh, boy, did he do the I'm not talking about it?
Again, coaches are never in a good spot when they're asked about this. No. But, I have a theory. When you are speaking to other teams or your agent is calling you, hey, we got North Carolina on the hook here.
Yeah.
I think coaches get distracted.
Yeah, what do we got?
So they asked Tommy Lloyd about that today, and here's what he said.
You may have heard there's an opening in Chapel Hill. Your name is being bandied about pretty prominently. I don't know if you want to make news or address that too specifically, but I would think at a relatively early point in your head coaching career, the fact that when the best jobs in America open up, your name is thrown into that must be pretty nice. So take that anywhere you want.
Oh, wow. Well, thanks. I preferred the first question about Mixmaster Mike. What I'll say, Seth, is I already have one of the best jobs in the country. And one thing we talk about in our program all the time, and I think I've gotten better at, and I think our team's been crushing it this year, is just the ability to have full focus and be present in the moment. And so I think we have a great team. I think we have a chance to advance in this tournament game by game, but I'm not delusional. I know we could lose tomorrow, but this team deserves my full focus. So there's not one thing that is going to knock me off my path. I'm 100% focused on Arizona basketball and this program, and I can't wait till the ball gets thrown up tomorrow, and then can't wait to try to figure out a way to come out on top.
I love it.
So what do you think about that?
I love the non-committal answers.
Well,
they're
what's
awesome.
he supposed to say? And by the way, he knows he's got a team that can win it all.
Yeah.
And if he wins it all, he's going to get probably 30% more on top of that big old fat North Carolina offer.
Nate Oates said something similar to that. They asked Nate Oates, who's the coach at Alabama, about this, was it yesterday? And he kind of had the same rambling answer where he was like, well, we got a great AD here. We got a great program. My girls love it here, and can't think of any reason why I'd want to leave here, but they'll always stop short of saying, I'm not going anywhere. I love it. I love these answers. And I know it's a lose-lose situation, but it's really not. It's really not that hard
what should he say?
To do the Dan Lanning thing.
Which is what?
Just say I'm not going anywhere. I'm not taking that
but
job.
don't you have to follow through then?
But wait a minute. They're not. We all know Tommy Lloyd is going to look at North Carolina very seriously, so he can't say I'm not going anywhere.
Why not?
He doesn't know that.
Nick Saban did it.
But then you're lying. No,
you're lying now.
This is the right answer. What he did is Dan Lanning said this. We talked to Dan Lanning about this.
Yeah.
When coaches are up for other jobs, really the only thing you can do is trust that their character, that they will see their current task through. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you have no guarantees that you're going to keep them. Like Lanning said when Oregon was calling, of course he was interested in that. And he said he had to take time out of his national championship prep as defensive coordinator at Georgia to go on Zooms with Oregon. That does happen. But he said, it really is about the character. Like Will Stein just got a job. Tosh Lapoy. Those guys still coached. Yeah. Now, they got their ass kicked by Indiana. Was their eye off the ball? I don't know. I just feel like it's really – there's nothing you can do other than really commit to your current job and just see it through. And that's all Tommy Lloyd said, which I think is all you really can expect them to say.
This was Nate Oates. You asked me who did it better here. This was Nate Oates when asked. I'm not a guy that's trying to jump around. The grass is not always greener. I love Alabama. My girls love Alabama. They're here with me. I love working with the administration that I work with. Greg Barron is the greatest AD in the country. Great if I was able to work with him for the rest of my career. Well, same sort of thing. What a word salad. Well, my girls love it here, and I'd love to be able to work with him. Will you work with him? Well, who's to say? I love these rambling answers. There has to be a better way. There just has to be.
Well, what is it?
I don't know, but isn't there a PR
I don't
person
think there is.
This is the best we can do?
Well, because the Taggart and Cristobal version was, I'm not leaving anywhere. And then they left.
Yeah.
And we all hated them for that.
Yeah, you get raked over the coals for that.
You get hated either way.
That's true. No one's going to be happy anyways.
Exactly. So just at least give us the illusion that you are thinking about staying. Because I guess you can't really come out and say what you really want to say, which is, I'm going to need a 40% raise. I'm going to need twice my NIL budget, and I'm going to leverage the S out of this and either take that job or get a fat new contract that maybe I deserve or maybe I don't to stay here.
But it's like, why can't they say that? Like, why can't we just accept that as an answer? Because if we were all in that Tommy Lloyd's position, of course we're listening to North Carolina and Kansas.
100%.
Because Oates goes on and says, they're doing everything they can to make sure that we've got a competitive program. Hint, hint. Hey, dumbasses, we need more money. And then he continued, as long as we're able to compete to win championships here, SEC and national championships, once again, we're going to need more money, Alabama. And he said, we haven't done that here yet, but I'd love to be the coach to bring us our first national championship. I'd love to, but I need more money.
It's out of my control. What can I do?
And I guess I roll my eyes at this stuff. I always have. But in light of the fact that we literally are having congressmen try to write up bills to roll back player compensation and player movement. Meanwhile, we have two of the best coaches in the country that are coming out and saying, I'm going to go to the highest bidder or I'm going to leave unless you guys give me more money. But it's the players that are the ones that are getting the pushback. I don't know. I roll my eyes, and I get what you're saying is maybe they're backed into a corner and they can't say anything, but I just find comments like Oates, and maybe not quite as bad with Tommy Lloyd, but it just seems so disingenuous and smarmy. It really does.
So I just had, while you were talking, I had ChatGPT craft a statement for us.
Yeah.
So I put in there, craft a statement for a basketball coach who will be getting offers from better schools but has a chance to win a championship in the NCAA tournament with another school this year. What should that coach say to the media about being interested? What is the best way for them to handle it?
Yeah.
That's what I asked.
Yeah.
Here's the statement. Right now, my entire focus is on our team and what we have in front of us in the NCAA tournament. This group has earned the opportunity to compete for something special, and they deserve my full attention. This is exactly what Tommy Lloyd said.
That's what Tommy Lloyd said, yes.
And then it goes on and says, I understand there's always going to be speculation this time of year, but I'm not engaging in anything outside of helping this team prepare, compete, and represent our school the right way. Yeah. We've got a chance to do something that lasts forever, and that's where my energy is.
I think Tommy
Lloyd did chat.
Yes, he did. I think Lloyd went
he might have chat GPT'd it.
Yeah. And that's right. And you know what? It's better than Nate Oates' who went down that rambling, whatever. So maybe that is the answer. Is just let AI do it.
That's the best you can. Yeah. That's the only thing you can say
outside of just outright lying or really being committed.
What if he said, "Okay, here are the alternatives. The alternatives are you duck the question, which makes you look awful." You could say, "Oh, North Carolina, what a job! Yeah. Great job! I'd be crazy not to be interested." Well, you can't say that.
You can't.
So what's another alternative?
I don't know.
How dare you ask me that question? Are you raising your voice at me?
Are you raising your voice at me?
I guess I would like to see someone. I guess I do appreciate the acknowledgement of, yes, that's an amazing job. This is an amazing job. And at the end of the year, every person in the country has to evaluate that. But we're not talking about that right now. We're trying to win a national championship, and you walk away.
I think that's what you do. You say, we'll figure it out at the end of the season.
Yeah. And maybe
I'm
that's,
focused on Arizona right now, but we'll figure it all at the end of the season what we're going to do next. But right now, we're trying to win national
I figure
title.
like the longer you go on and the more kind of rambling you get, the worse it looks, because then it's the word salad. Every time someone gets caught in an awkward situation, they stumble their way through a very long explanation, and that's when you know they're lying. Keep it simple, stupid. Do the kiss thing. Just
Seattle.
Yeah, go.
There you go.
Your face, my face, insta face.
I'm focused on Seattle.
Yeah. Just be like Mark Few and refuse to talk to anyone. Maybe that's the easiest way to do it.
All right, coming up next, another RIP locally. We'll get to that on In the News, but here is Stephen with SportsCenter.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a SportsCenter update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, Oregon State. President Jameus Winston announced today that athletic director Scott Barnes is going to retire effectively on August 31st of this year. Then upon retirement, Barnes will become a senior advisor for athletics through August 31st of 2027. He is still under contract through 2030 in June, so it may be one of those things where they don't want to outright fire him, but he wants to get his money. We got Major League Baseball back today. Last night, Yankees dominated the Giants. Today, we get 11 more games earlier. The Brewers beat the White Sox thanks to Jacob Bizarowski, 11 strikeouts. The Mets, they knocked Paul Skeens out of the game early. Skeens didn't even finish the first inning, 2/3 of an inning. Mets beat Pirates 11-7. Later tonight, D-backs taking on the Dodgers. Mariners hosting the Guardians from T-Mobile Park. Duke coach John Shire said that Caleb Foster is going to be a game-time decision for Friday's game against St. John's. Foster has missed the past 5 games with a fracture in his foot. He could be big if they get him back. He's been the starter this season, and St. John's is a team who forced 16 turnovers in their win over Kansas in the second round. NC State, their coach Will Wade, he is leaving. He's heading back to LSU. Wade signed a 7-year deal with the Tigers. He coached there for 5 seasons from 2017 to 2022, getting to the NCAA tournament 3 separate times. We got the Sweet 16 going on right now. Purdue up early, 28-25, about midway through the first half. And Nebraska up early big, 12-2 on Purdue or on Iowa, 3 minutes into that one. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn with the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
But that's not all, folks.
All right. Hi. It is March 26, 2026. It is time now for In the News. I'm your noted newsman. Hello. As always, it's brought to you by the Advocates, injury attorneys at advocateslaw.com. Today is National Spinach Day.
I don't mind a good spinach salad. It's about the only time I eat spinach.
Yeah, me too. I don't know what, I mean.
Cooked spinach gets all wilty. I'm not a big fan of it. But you get a nice crisp bed of spinach. You know, maybe do some...
Do people put spinach on sandwiches?
Yeah. Anything you put lettuce on, you can replace it with spinach. And it's actually got some nutrition in it, unlike lettuce, which is just empty. So, you know, spinach has a place. It's usually like underneath a steak, but I can get on board with it.
It is also National Make Up Your Own Holiday Day.
Oh, that's kind of what this day... I mean, every one of these things we're talking about is a made-up day.
Fair.
Yeah.
You want to make up yours? What do you got?
I'm trying to think if we... Like, what don't we honor? I mean, don't we honor literally everything?
I don't know.
What doesn't...
Is there a hole in the market?
We've talked about, like, kind of a Christmas part 2. Get a nice little, like a Ford Air in the middle of the summer. I guess that's kind of like the 4th of July, though. I don't know, maybe something in August we...
Should we have a day for the streetmen? You know, they get a lot of heat. They get a lot of flack.
Well, I think that might be well-deserved.
No, I think it is. But if you give them a day, you feel better about all the flack, right?
So a National Day of Homelessness where we...
Yeah.
We honor...
We tip the cap. Maybe we drop flowers by some tents or...
Not sure how we honor that. I don't know. Does everyone then, like we required to hand out like a buck? You know, that's what we do? Like
pass out some firewood or something?
Yeah. Well, I don't think you want to do that. They keep burning everything down. Yeah, maybe just, you know, if you, like, you pull out like a $5 and you give it to one of them. Maybe something like that.
Yeah. How about donate to the Streetman Day?
Yeah. I don't think many people are doing that. Although you do see it sometimes. Every now and then when you got that queue lined up and they're walking up and down, every now and then you see someone. I mean, obviously people are donating, otherwise they wouldn't be on the corners.
How many people are celebrating National Spinach Day? So this is my point.
That's a good point. Yeah.
You know, maybe someone will.
Yeah.
Just for today. And then you can go back tomorrow to yelling profanities at them.
So I don't like to yell profanities, but I do like to keep my distance. I need a... it's like the yellow bikini guy. I'm going to need you to be yellow bikini guy over there. That's all.
Well, we've got a notable local death.
Yeah.
Jace.
Seems like this is happening quite a bit.
Grant McComey, longtime outdoor reporter for KGW, has died.
Journalist, author, teacher.
Now, it doesn't say how old he was, but he'd been on TV for years.
Yeah, he's doing the Grant's Getaways?
Grant's Getaways, yes.
Yeah.
Which is huge in the Northwest. It's like, you know, he started there in 1981. His whole bit was he'd just go around to cool outdoorsy places and do features, and he was great at it. Yeah. I remember watching him when I first got here, and I think you guys grew up on Grant's Getaways. You know, you watch cool places in Oregon and in Washington or wherever he'd go, and he'd feature him, and he was great.
Yeah, you should go check this stuff out. So his family said that he had a brief illness that unfortunately, we don't know what that is, but he was battling something, and it went quickly.
R.I.P.
Yes.
Hole in the market for Rob's Getaways.
Oh. Get on board with that get some of that Travel Oregon money.
Maybe Sook's Getaways.
Is that a little weird though that the man just passed and you're already angling for his job?
Well, look, there's an opening.
No offense, but
oh no,
I don't really strike you as a Rob's Getaway.
Be terrible.
Yeah, that just is going to be you at a hotel or a golf course.
You at a bar.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, if you wanted Sook's Getaways, it would be a lot of me like roaming Portland drinking places. But I do outdoor.
Devout alcoholics.
You know, I go down to the coast. You know, you get me on. I was snowmobiling. Like I get outdoors a little bit, but honestly, it's going to be a lot of bars.
Well, it looks like we're out.
Yeah. I like the outdoors, but I wouldn't say I'm an outdoor enthusiast. I'm an outdoor. What's middle ground? What's less than an enthusiast but not a novice?
Hobbyist.
There you go. outdoor hobbyist.
Tom's Restaurant closed after a fire sparked in its kitchen area last night. Tom's in southeast Portland.
Yeah.
You know Tom's.
I know Tom's.
Now, this is not to be confused with Tom's Watch Bar at A.
No, those are two different things entirely.
Although you guys almost did set it on fire, I heard.
We did?
I don't know.
Set on fire with these hot takes.
That's right.
The Window Daddy's kind of on fire right now.
Yeah. I have driven by Tom's because my buddy lives like 3 blocks from there. So whenever I go to his house, I drive by Tom's. And I think it was last summer, it's always popping. It can be like 1:30 in the morning and that place is jumping. And we're like, we have to go in. That is the most eclectic bar crowd I've ever seen in my entire life. It's
Southeast Division, right?
Yeah, it's right on the corner of Division and are we still calling it Cesar Chavez?
I think he got canceled.
So it's on the corner of Division and 39th then. Although, did we cancel 39th? We don't know. It's right there though. And you walk in there, it's so strange. There's no one there from the ages of like 30 to 55. You're either 23 or 67. And yet they intermingle perfectly together. And none of the furniture matches. It's like all the chairs it's very hodgepodge, but it's always packed. It's a very interesting place.
They serve a nice cocktail?
Yeah. It's
all right.
I've been there a couple times. It wasn't necessarily my scene, but you could tell that the people that are there all the time.
All right, coming up next.
And by the way, we hope they come back. Like,
yeah,
no one wants to see a business struggle.
No, well, I mean, it's a fire.
Yeah, it's
you
no
can't
good.
have that. That's
sometimes like Ringside caught on fire and that thing was shut down for months.
Yeah,
depending on how bad that is, that can really. Hopefully, there's insurance and all that.
Yeah, insurance. I'm sure they're just standing there with their checkbook waiting to pay.
Yeah, I know, right?
Pay out.
Yeah.
So, Portland is about to get Weezered again.
What?
That'll be next on The Fan.
This is the Fans
All right, this is in the news, March 26th.
Now, update.
Yeah.
Tom's restaurant, which is attached to Tom's bar, the
Yeah.
restaurant is closed. Apparently the bar's
open?
Bar's open.
Don't they have serve food, though? Isn't that a law?
Maybe they can just do snacks.
Yeah.
Because it is two separate, like they're right there. The bar is technically on 39th and the restaurant's front is on Division, but it's the same thing. But they're saying the kitchen is where the fire, that shut down, but they said the bar was able to reopen, so.
Let's go.
You can still get those cocktails instead of those big high back chairs.
Sell them drinks. Who needs
They're
food
devout
anyway?
alcoholics.
You know what I'm saying?
Fat.
Well, I mean, you can serve Doritos and you can get a little bar mix.
Save you a few pounds.
There you go. So if you are looking to go to Tom's, go to the bar, just not the restaurant.
Well, Portland's about to get Weezered once again.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Apparently Weezer needs money.
Didn't you go see Weezer last time?
No, I've never seen Weezer, but I think I've told you the story that I was waltzing through downtown Portland one day, and there was a free concert on the, the square there. The main
Pioneer Courthouse Square.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I hear some music, and I walk over there, and my wife's doing something else, and I'm like, oh my God, it's Weezer. And I caught the very end of Weezer's set.
And it was free?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because I know the last couple years they've done a series of concerts in Pioneer Courthouse Square, and they you have to buy tickets, but you could stand outside of it and hear it. I saw Ben Harper there last year. It was wonderful.
So they will be here on September 11th. Huh.
Oh, that's long.
Well, I mean, it's easy to remember.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't know how long they've been doing it, but that if you get a chance, that concert series they do there,
they do have some good acts down
there. Yeah, and it's kind of a cool.
It's a cool venue.
It's a cool setup.
Yeah, this is at Moda Center though.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's called the Gathering Tour. The Weezer The Gathering, and it's 32 cities, and they'll be here September 11th.
Okay.
Along with Silver Sun Pickups and the Shins.
I was looking here at the concert series at this year at the Courthouse Square.
What have we got?
Andy DeFranco's coming. Does that do anything for you?
No.
Yeah, it's not a lot of people that I've necessarily. Modest Mouse, there you go. That's probably the biggest.
Well, they play here all the time, don't they?
Yeah, I'm just saying that.
I like Modest Mouse.
A lot of the people I have not necessarily heard of. Have you heard of Joe Russo's Almost Dead?
No.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll go check out Joe Russo's Almost Dead.
Beach Bunny and the Beths.
But that's not all, folks.
So I do not have the lineup at the Courthouse Square. Not exactly what it's been in the years past. But
did you see what we are advertising? I heard it driving in today on the Fan. Bob Dylan will be here. He's going to play Edgefield.
Dude, you have been warned.
June 4th.
You have been warned.
Or maybe it's 6th.
Like the last 5 years he has bounced back. But fool me once, Bob. Shame on me. Fool me twice, or shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Not going to be fooled again.
Not again.
You might fool me again. It can't be that bad again, right?
I don't know. I didn't see it. Yeah, June 4th.
At least it's outdoors this time.
Yeah, limited seats, it says.
Is he going to play anything that anyone's ever heard at all?
I would hope so.
Well, it didn't happen. Didn't happen last time.
Come on, Bob.
No. Strong.
Play the hits.
No.
Not one song, Bob, that any of us have heard of? Not one?
Old fella. How old is he now?
Oh, God. He's got to be in his late 70s or 80s, right?
84. Dude, he's older than Mick Jagger and Barry Manilow.
I can't do it, man. I want to do it. I want to have redemption. It's still the worst concert I've ever been to. And when I tell you I love Bob Dylan, I like him more than the Beatles. Like you're the Beatles or a Dylan guy. I'm a Dylan guy, and it haunts me to this day.
Well,
and it wasn't cheap either.
No, he commands a hefty ticket.
Yeah, someone said, what if it was Timothy Chalamet as Bob Dylan? Yes, I would go see that. Because Chalamet, he actually sang in that in Complete Unknown. He did all the Bob Dylan songs. I would much rather at this point see Chalamet being Bob Dylan.
Well, to me, nothing says Troutdale like Bob Dylan. A match made in heaven.
I might have to do it again. I may be a glutton for punishment.
Probably good weather, June 4th.
Man.
Oh, no. Not again.
All right, that's all we have time for. That's in the news, March 26, 2026. Hey, busy sports day. We'll get you caught up on everything, including some late-breaking local sports news coming up next on The Fan.
What if Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on The Fan, Oregon State President Jameus Winston announced today that Athletic Director Scott Barnes is going to be retiring effectively on August 31st. That upon his retirement, Barnes will become a senior advisor for athletics through 2027 and August 31st of that year. Barnes is under contract through June 30th of 2030, which is maybe the main reason why he is going to be hanging on for a couple more months. Baseball is back. Last night it was the Yankees dominating the Giants. Today we get 11 more games. A couple of the early ones, Brewers dominated the White Sox. Jacob Mizorowski, 11 Ks for the Brewers. Mets knocked out Paul Skeens after 2/3 of an inning. They beat the Pirates 11-7. Later on, we got the Diamondbacks taking on the Dodgers and the Mariners hosting the Guardians from T-Mobile Park. Duke coach John Shire said that guard Caleb Foster will be a game-time decision for Friday's game against St. John's. Foster has missed the past 5 games with a fracture in his foot, but it could be big. St. John's is a team who forced 16 turnovers in their win over Kansas in the second round, while Iowa State, therefore, Joshua Jefferson. He has been injured with the left ankle, but head coach TJ Otzelberger said that it's basically going to be his decision. He said it's really Joshua's decision. We're going to support him and love him and have his back whatever he decides to do. Jefferson got hurt in the first round of the NCAA tournament. And NC State coach Will Wade, he is leaving the Wolfpack. He is heading back to LSU after only one season in NC State. He signed a 7-year deal with the Tigers. He coached there for 5 seasons from 2017 to 2022, getting to the NCAA tournament 3 times. And in the Sweet 16 so far, right now at halftime, Purdue up 39-35 over Texas. And right at about halfway through the first half, high-scoring game, Nebraska up 34-24 over Purdue. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
All right, welcome back. Hope you're having a nice little Thursday. It is your sportsman. My name is Isaac Sa. Big Six right over there. Look at him. Stephen Vaughn on the controls. And as someone points out on the fan text line, it's possible that Nebraska is deploying the Fort White guys in an Egyptian strategy right now.
Yes.
I can't tell if that guy's Egyptian, but he might be.
Is this the whitest Sweet 16
tried everything.
game
We played 4 white guys and an Egyptian.
in the history
We tried everything.
of college basketball?
It's, well, right now we've got...
I think there's one black guy aside.
Yeah, we've got 8
8
whites out there.
8 to 10. And I'm not certain, in today's day and age, come on.
Apparently they don't like the blacks. They're trying to give them back.
8 to 10? And we're not certain about one. This is... And not only are they white, I mean, they are... That's white. That's white. That's Nebraska Iowa white right there. Look at this guy. That guy's straight out of a that's
Iowa white is a different white.
Iowa white hits differently. You know when you go to paint your like living room, you go in there and it's like you're like, oh, what are you going to paint the walls white? And you're like, no. There's like 17,000 different shades. I believe one of the shades is just Iowa white.
Can I get the Iowa white?
I need the Iowa white. And just slightly less white is Nebraska white. And I mean slightly. We got a couple white guys wearing headbands here. It's kind of unbelievable.
It's awesome.
You know, scrappy. A lot of effort.
They're scrap. When you wear a headband and you're white, you're scrappy.
Yeah. You know what? A lot of coaches' sons out there on the floor. Smart plays, tough plays. Not a lot of athleticism, but boy.
Sneaky athletic.
Sneaky athletic.
You know there's a bunch of people in the Midwest watching this game going, finally. It's about time.
The fundamentals.
It's about time we went back to the game I used to love.
You want to see a bounce pass executed perfectly?
No.
You watch this game right here.
Chest pass. Thumbs down. Yeah,
oh,
beer!
Yeah. The question is, which one of these teams is going to hammer down?
Right now it's Nebraska.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got 2 Sweet 16 games going on. Nebraska's up 36-28 on Iowa.
Is it me or where's this game taking place at?
I don't know. I was just looking that up because there are a lot of Nebraska fans there.
And a lot of empty seats. Look at this. There's a...
Yeah, behind the
not a lot happening.
I want to say Houston.
Is that Houston?
It is Houston.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because Houston gets to play in Houston.
It's a 3-mile drive from the campus to the arena.
3 miles?
3 miles.
Well, is it alarming how many empty seats there are?
Well, when they pan out, there's actually not. I don't know why there aren't that.
It's down below?
Yeah, because when they pan out, it's like a sea of red.
Okay.
But it is weird. There's a bunch of people...
Yeah, behind both benches, there's just
completely empty.
Yeah, rows and rows of empty seats.
I don't know why.
And you would think Nebraska travels well to everything.
Oh yeah, like I said, there's a ton of Nebraska fans there. You just can't see them in this shot. But yeah, Houston, the Cougars get to play in. They get to play 3 minutes from their campus.
Hey, Miami.
If I'm Illinois, I'm pissed.
Miami played the national title game in their own stadium, and their fans didn't show up.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Yeah, you never know.
Tampa Bay won their Super Bowl with Tom Brady in their stadium.
The Rams did the same thing?
Yeah, Rams. So it happens.
Although, I mean, these tickets...
Houston, the Illinois coach, he needs to call the Syracuse women's coach.
Oh, talk about it. How dare you put me in this bracket?
That's right.
Are these tickets, is this an expensive ticket here in the Sweet 16?
No.
I just.
Yes.
By the way,
maybe. I don't know. It's Nebraska and Iowa.
That's what I'm wondering. Like, what does that cost? What does that cost to get me into this game?
Well, this game's interesting because Iowa hasn't been in the Sweet 16 since 1999.
Nebraska's never been.
Yeah, so and they both probably have good. Well, Nebraska certainly has a good fan base that travels.
Yeah,
I would imagine Iowa getting this far. There are some people who made the trip down to Houston, although the Houston airport is a mess, right?
Yeah, it's a travesty down there.
So I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah. Maybe that's why. I mean, maybe there were people that were going to go down and were like, dude, I'm not dealing with this.
But it seems like it would be a hot ticket for Midwest folks.
Yeah. It doesn't seem like it'd be that hard to get
AI, tickets were starting about $265.
Huh. You got to pay $265 to get a seat at this game?
God bless them. And you get,
dude.
Do you get two of them then? Or are they, at this point, is it individual tickets? Or do you get the session?
Oh, the whole session?
Yeah. I don't know if it's individual or not.
Yeah, $265. I also get Houston, Illinois.
That's a tough. Yeah, I mean, if you get both games, but if that's a single game,
bro,
that seems like a lot. Someone's asking because of the Iowa-Nebraska, did we get an honorary punt? I'm telling you, that would have been fantastic.
God, you want to talk about good marketing?
Yes.
Netflix, pay attention.
Instead of Bert Kreischer, bring out the punt god.
Halftime show, just punters.
just guys out there spinning. You're telling me you line up the Iowa-Nebraska punter on one end and you try to have him kick it into the other? Tell me that's not the new Red Panda.
Dude, I love that idea.
Phenomenal.
Put someone up in the rafters with, like a peach basket and have them try to punt it up there. Drop it in the peach.
Nothing says the exciting whites quite like some honorary punts.
God, I love that.
I should have worn, it was opening day, so I wore my Mets hat. I should have worn my punt sweatshirt in honor of Iowa.
One of them will win, so they'll play on, well, I guess you won't.
Yeah,
we won't be in here, but
I don't
Saturday.
I don't have anything for Nebraska, but if Iowa wins, then
Well, Nebraska's kind of punty. I mean, let's not act like Iowa corners the market on punts.
No, but like when I wear the punt sweatshirt, that's honoring one team and one team only. I mean, others can be roped in spirit, but that sweatshirt was for and by Iowa football fans.
It defines one school.
Yes. That might be my favorite meme of all time. Just those two guys just in the stands raising their arms wearing Carhartt, unironically wearing punt sweatshirts. Those two guys are legends.
Against Wisconsin, I want to say, too. It's not like they're a good team either.
No.
But no, we're punting.
I'm going to find you the punt stats.
Going nuts.
Who do you think is up there with Iowa in punts? Is it what are we looking for? Total punts?
I would think it'd be total punts, right?
Okay.
Because Utah actually has good punters, but I don't think they punt quite like Iowa. No one punts like Iowa.
No,
remember they had that stretch there where they could not make I think I won 3 straight games before I lost, blindly taking the under for Iowa. And at one point, I want to say it got down to like 24.5, and I still took the under. It kept going lower, and then finally it bit me in the ass, and it got me.
It appears they have a stat on team rankings that's punts per offensive score.
Yeah.
Do you want that?
Yeah, give me that.
Okay, so the worst was, and you know this, it's UMass.
Oh,
because remember we talked about how bad they were.
They don't score.
They have 3.2 punts per score.
That was the other one. Remember, UMass hadn't won a game, and somehow I got talked into live betting UMass to win, and they did not.
So 2 Power 5, well, let's see. Yeah, 2 Power 5s in the top 10.
Okay.
Wisconsin, 2.4.
Tasty.
So they're,
that's
move over, Iowa.
Nothing to sneeze at.
And then Oregon State, not Power 5, but they were 2.3, so they were 6th worst.
They couldn't even snap the ball.
Yeah. So to be fair,
is it not a punt if the punter just falls on it?
It's an attempted punt. Oregon State, that's another one that we did not appreciate enough. The Oregon State special teams last year might have been the worst special teams in the history of Division I college football.
I haven't seen anything worse.
No.
When your coach can't hold back and just says, effing joke, you
that
know
is true. Bad. Someone asked Trent Bray about the first half, and his response was effing joke. Specifically and then had to defend the special teams coach for like 10 weeks before eventually they were forced to fire him.
Can I fire that guy yet? Finally. Okay.
And the other one in the bottom 10 is Oklahoma State. They were at 2.2. Now I'm looking for Iowa here, bro. And
I think Iowa's offense actually last year was a little bit better.
I'm scrolling.
Yeah. I think last year, because they got rid of Ferentz.
There they are. They were top 30.
Well, they got rid of Brian Ferentz. Remember, they got the stepladder and climbed out of him. So
they climbed out of his ass for a while.
They actually
go ahead and climb out of my ass for a while.
You need to go back and look at the heyday of the Brian Ferentz offense.
Iowa was right next to Arizona, 0.7 punts per offensive score.
Oh, Iowa.
Great.
We remember those sweet days of those Brian Ferentz offenses.
There were 4 schools that punted 0.3 times per offensive score.
Yeah.
If you must know. The best, so this is the fewest punts per score, USC, Notre Dame, Vanderbilt, and North Texas.
Okay. Boy, the Vandy one's a little interesting, but okay.
Yeah, they had a pretty good offense.
I guess.
With your boy.
Yeah, Diego. I just wouldn't have, I know they were, I guess I just wouldn't have thought they were that efficient.
All right, well, Oregon State has some news today, and it's, I think they're rejoicing down there.
Oh, God, yeah. They're taking to the streets, even though he's really not going anywhere for a while.
We'll get to that coming up next on The Fan. So someone was asking, since Iowa didn't score much, perhaps that changed the stat. So I did need to double check.
We want to be fair to our punt gods.
Yes, perhaps Iowa still does own the punt. But their punter, I'm looking here at individual punter stats, he only punted 42 times, which puts him 93rd out of 198.
NIL's killing the game.
It's just not the same anymore, man. It's just not the same. Call me crazy. I want to go back to the days where I had 14 to 15 punts. That's the Iowa football that I came to know.
I want Cooper DeJean to have to return punt returns for
Yes.
touchdowns to get points.
Yes.
Now, the guy from Coastal Carolina, he punted 73 times.
Now that's what I'm talking about. Let's get into that.
Cheevers.
Roll them out there.
Is Duke a Coastal Carolina fan now?
Am I going to have to change my whole thing? Can I get a new punt sweatshirt, but in because they're like
The
teal?
Chanticleers?
Yeah, they're like in teal.
Well, guys, it's over. You
What
can
hap-
Rejoice.
What happened?
The Scott Barnes era has become. He's out.
No, not
But
really.
is he? This guy's unbelievable.
He initiated his own retirement as if I just thought it might be time. I don't know why.
Dude, this guy's unbelievable. Okay, so Scott Barnes has initiated retirement.
Yes.
Which that's what does that mean?
I love those loose terms.
Yeah, I'm going to start. Oh, I've also initiated retirement. Turns out I don't have enough money to get there, so I'm going to be back tomorrow. So he says he'll retire August 31 of 2026.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Mm-hmm.
Because no one likes him anymore.
No.
But he's going to stay on as a senior advisor until August 31 of 2027.
Come on, dude.
Which I'm assuming he's still going to get paid. You know this because he said that him and the president, who are buddies, which is the only reason he hadn't been fired yet.
Is she the one that she didn't hire him? He's been there longer than her, right?
I believe so. He's been there for 10 years now. He's been there since. So he's been there longer than her. But for whatever reason, she never pulled the trigger. So I was reading through the article and it said they tried to make it seem like that he's been thinking about this for a while, and it's just naturally time to step down. And
Well, didn't he have like some health issues too? Did he have a heart attack or something?
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he lost a bunch of weight and had a health scare.
Yeah, Jathy Murphy became president in 2022.
Yeah. Okay. So
she's new. Yeah.
Yeah, he preceded her.
Yeah.
And he hired. He did hire Jonathan Smith. That was a pretty good hire.
Well, and both teams, men's and women's basketball team, went to the Elite Eight.
Yeah.
Won a baseball national championship. They finished the Reeser.
Yeah.
So,
but he also hired Trent Bray, which was atrocious.
Yes, he did. He also oversaw them losing their status as a power forward.
Yeah, and you can't. I don't know how much blame can you lay at his feet on that. I don't think he handled it well.
No.
And it's really spiraled since. But I mean, that's not his fault that it happened.
But the NIL mess and that whole thing, the Blueprint Sports deal, that was a mess. Look,
Dude, it's been a mess since they moved.
Yes, whether it's been fair or not. When you oversee, because Scott Barnes was not the worst athletic director in the world. I mean, obviously there were good things that were done there.
To be fair,
I want to be fair, but ultimately, when you're in charge and the last 4 years happens, it has to fall at someone's feet. And ultimately, it falls at your feet. You're the highest paid athletic director in your conference, right? One of the highest paid even when you were in the old Pac-12. And your job is to oversee that. And not only did all of those things happen at the end on your watch, but also the way you handled them was an unmitigated disaster. So, you lost all faith, whether that was his fault or not. Ultimately, the buck stops with you, and he needed to go. The best thing for this program, and this is where I'll give Scott Barnes the credit, he knew this. He even said in an article, was it maybe 2-3 months ago, he goes, I'm probably not going to see the end of my contract. He knew it was time to go.
So when was his deal up?
I want to say 29 or 30.
June 30th, 2030.
Say 4 more years.
All right.
So we'll do another year of this. I'm assuming there's some sort of buyout.
So this is kind of a mutual.
I would have to assume.
They probably came to him and look, we need to work something out here.
Yes.
And he's like, all right.
Yeah.
So, but I'm not leaving until 2027.
Well, and I'm sure that maybe they split it. Again, probably didn't get all the money. but this still leaves on good terms. I'm sure there's a nice little package for him. He gets to make the transition. He'll get to work as an advisor, which probably means nothing, but you get to collect a check. And ultimately, he made all the important hires. Think about it. He negotiated the new Pac-12 TV deal, oversaw that, even though that thing sucks. You hired...
Well, wait a minute. You just said... So you're giving him credit for negotiating a crappy deal?
No. Like, how do I put this? Someone had to do that. He did all of the big things that
for the Pac-12.
For the Pac-12.
Yeah, he
no one else wanted to.
Yes.
He has been a major player in reshaping the new Pac-12. Whether that's... Could somebody else have done better? I don't know.
I think he was handed a load of crap, and you did with it whatever you could. But he helped with that. He's probably going to go out trying to hold his head high, saying, I did the Pac-12 stuff. We solidified the conference, our existence. We got the new TV deal, even though, again, it kind of stinks. You did get a new TV deal. You hired the football coach, and you hired the basketball coach. When he transitions to whatever this senior advisor role and the new AD comes in, I'm not going to say the new AD's on easy street, but because obviously you have to plan for the future, but there's nothing imminent about the major programs. All the big stuff that needed to be done has been done. So the new AD that comes in, obviously there's things that are going to happen on a day-to-day basis, but the big stuff, the heavy lifting's been done by Scott Barnes.
No, that's true.
And now it's up for debate of whether or not that stuff was good or not, but he did it.
Well, we'll see his coach hires. His latest coach hires are big, and we'll see if they do well. But you're right. I mean, he was not the worst. As a matter of fact, I think in the upper circles of college athletics, I think he's really well respected, and that's probably part of why he's not been.
But they were
fired.
They were trying to talk about maybe trying to get him to move into a position with the Pac-12 because no one wanted him there. But they didn't want to fire him. They didn't have the money.
But what's his stuff about telling recruits to just go find your own deals and what is that?
He handled it so poorly, which is why, again, to be fair to Scott,
they're not recruits, but telling his own players. Supposedly with basketball and football, he basically told the players after the coaches were fired, you're basically on your own. Go out and play for yourself to get NIL opportunities other places. Why would he do that?
I have no idea.
I don't understand the strategy of that.
No idea. Well, and you can go back to the Blueprint deal. Why did you do that? Nothing he did over the last year really made any sense whatsoever, which is ultimately why he just had to go. When an entire fan base and alumni lose complete and total faith in you, you have to go. It just made no sense to me that why he didn't get fired, but maybe this is why he didn't get fired, because all along they knew that this was the path of least resistance. Maybe you don't fire someone knowing that once this was done, he was going to step down. Because it kind of feels like this has been something that, hey, let's get through this period, get us on some sort of stable footing, and then just here's your buyout, go away, keep you on for a year, keep your office, hold your head high, and then we just move past you.
Yeah, get us a basketball coach, get us a football coach.
Get us a TV deal, get us a schedule, all that.
Yeah.
Move on.
All right.
And he will not have a good reputation when he leaves this place, but it didn't end well. But I'm not going to sit here and say that he never did good things at Oregon State.
Oregon State plans to retain a search firm to conduct a national search for a new AD. They will appoint members of a search committee.
Goes to the ways and means of a committee.
Yes, the ways and means of a committee. And that will be done in the next few weeks. And the university expects a new athletic director to be named in the coming months. Yeah. And then Barnes will still be there.
And I don't know what that job is. I don't know how attractive it is. The thing that stinks for Beaver fans, and this is where I think you can put it a little bit at Scott Barnes' feet, you had a head start on everyone in that conference. You did. And you had a war chest of money from the leftover Pac-12, including bowl contracts, NCAA tournament funds coming your way. You had a big head start, and it feels like Oregon State pissed it all away. And that's the disappointing part, is the last year of Scott Barnes will tarnish the previous 11. And it wasn't always perfect, but there just isn't any excuse for the way this thing has been handled over the last year. There just isn't.
Okay. Purdue now losing to Texas. You rooting for Texas here?
No.
Really?
Cinderella's squad.
Cinderella, Texas?
Yeah.
Little upstart Texas?
No, go Purdue, man.
43-41. That one may come down to the wire. And then Nebraska's at half with Iowa, and it's 46-43 Huskers.
The exciting whites.
Yeah. Look at that guy.
That's a high-scoring game, man.
That looks like you out there.
Boy, I'll tell you what.
Look at that guy. Who's that guy? He belongs on Iowa.
Yeah. The level of whiteness that's existing here in these Midwest schools, it's something else. That guy looks like a cast member from the Burbs.
All right. Coming up next, we'll take a look at what happened on opening day and a little bit of controversy in San Francisco. Here's Steven with SportsCenter.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a SportsCenter update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, Oregon State President Jameus Winston announced today that Athletic Director Scott Barnes is going to retire effective August 31st this year. Then upon retirement, Barnes will become a senior advisor for athletics through August 31st of next year. Baseball is back. Last night, Yankees dominated the Giants. Today, got 11 more games. In the early slate, Brewers dominated the White Sox thanks to Jacob Misiorowski, 11 strikeouts. And then the Mets, they took care of the Pirates, and Paul Skeens knocked Skeens out in the first inning. Skeens only got 2/3 of that first inning. Mets win 11-7 later tonight. Diamondbacks taking on the Dodgers. Mariners hosting the Guardians. Duke coach John Shire said that guard Caleb Foster will be a game-time decision for Friday's game against St. John's. Foster has missed the past 5 games with a fracture in his foot. Duke could use him as St. John's, a pressure team, forced 16 turnovers of their win over Kansas in that second round. While Iowa State forward Joshua Jefferson, he sprained his left ankle in his first-round game. He missed the second-round game, and now head coach TJ Otzelberger said that it is Joshua's decision. They will support him with whatever he wants to do. He is considered a game-time decision for their game against the 6th seed Tennessee Volunteers. NC State coach Will Wade, he is leaving the Wolfpack after only 1 season, got him to the first 4, and head back to LSU. Wade will sign a 7-year deal with the Tigers, where he coached there for 5 seasons from 2017 to 2022, but reunited with LSU. He led them to 3 NCAA tournament bids. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
All right, well, it was technically opening day.
Only for the good teams.
Yeah, like the Pirates.
It's a hell of a roller coaster there. Mets 1-0.
Who had a worse opening day, Aaron Judge or Paul Skeens?
Well, Skeens was, if you watch that game, Skeens wasn't that bad. That was, he wasn't sharp, but, that was O'Neal Cruz. Skeens didn't get out of the first inning. Back-to-back, two of the most egregious errors you'll ever see a center fielder make.
Why are all his runs earned? I didn't see it, but he pitched 2/3 of an inning and gave up 5 earned runs.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, technically the first one wasn't the triple. O'Neal Cruz, it wasn't an error. He was playing center field and Beatty hits one. O'Neal Cruz took like 4 steps in and then was like, oh crap, and turned around and went over his head. And then the very next one, it was a routine pop fly that he lost in the sun, and he just misplaced it. So technically, neither one of them was an error. He just didn't catch the ball. Any center fielder would have made either one of those plays, and then Skeens doesn't get run. So I think he only threw 37 pitches. So some people are saying maybe he had something kind of going on, and they were keeping an eye on him anyways. But yeah, that if you watch that was not
Skeens for Tommy John surgery in 3, 2, 1.
He pumped, I think 3 in a row were 98 or 99. He was not sharp, but that was more of the Pirates being the Pirates.
All right. Well, the Mets won.
Yes.
They're 1-0. They beat him 11-7.
Yeah, the Mets tried to give it back. Don't worry. We were making an attempt to make that a game. We just scored a bunch of runs.
A lot of runs out there. The Cardinals beat the Rays 9-7. The Brewers scored 14. The Nationals scored 10. Mets, like I said, scored 11. Mariners play the Guardians tonight. Mm-hmm. So that'll be cool.
Yeah, 11 games today, I believe, on the slate.
That's up in Seattle.
The Giants, they lost last night on Netflix, but they put out a tweet today and they said opening day is Robbie Ray's day. So they already acknowledging that didn't count as opening day.
Yeah. Wipe it from the record.
Yeah,
they're
didn't count. Didn't count.
Yeah, they're in last place.
Start over.
Well, actually, no, they're not. They're tied with the Padres.
Losers.
By the way, the Padres already sellers at the deadline. That team sucks.
They're actually losers. There is nothing better than the first week overreaction in Major League Baseball. My God, it's 162 games.
It's the best, but I'm telling you, the Padres suck. Now, they got Tarek Skubald. They won 8-2. The Tigers did in San Diego, and the Dodgers play the Diamondbacks. A couple of notes. Mike Trout hit a home run again. That's his 5th on opening day.
Oh.
And there's a kid for Detroit, this McGonigal kid. Mm-hmm. He's supposedly like one of the top prospects in baseball. He had 4 hits today.
Are you kidding me?
Just the 6th player since 1900 to collect 4 hits in his major league debut.
Question, how old is Mike Trout?
Are you asking because you know?
No,
or
I'm legitimately asking.
I would say 34.
That's what I would guess.
So is this the greatest?
He is indeed 34.
So Griffey had a real rug pull out from you. You just got old. And is Trout's, though, the greatest, what would you say, natural fall from greatness that we've ever seen? Mike Trout was on pace to be the greatest baseball player of all time. The first 10 years, that's Pujols stuff. 3 MVPs and then just nothing. And it's largely been injuries, but when's the last time anyone paid any attention to anything Mike Trout did?
So he was MVP
3 times, right?
He was MVP in 2019.
Okay.
He was 27 years old at the time. And boy, he has played sparingly since then.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's only had, my God. So starting in 2020, COVID.
Okay.
241 plate appearances. The next year, 146 plate appearances. Then he had 499, and he hit 40 home runs that year, so he was pretty good in 2022. He was back to being an all-star. And then 362 plate appearances, 126 plate appearances. And then last year he played a lot, and he was just not that great.
Dude, get that guy on the sauce. You're only 30. You're early to mid-30s. Get back on the juice. Remember he had that weird, hand wrist injury there going for a while, and then some knee stuff. And
he's had a lot of injuries, and I wonder how much of it has been that. Because it is a stark difference.
Yeah.
His numbers pre-2019 and then 2020 and on.
It wasn't a debate. He was the best player in baseball, period. End of story. And they were talking about just this historic player and must-see TV and, got to get him out of the Angels, got to get him off that team and into a, I guess not a bigger market, but to a real franchise and then just nothing.
It's crazy he's only had that one playoff appearance, too, in his entire career. They got swept by your Royals, but that's the only time we've ever seen him in the playoffs is that 1 year.
And he's never done the get me out of L.A. He's never tried to force the issue out. He just has kind of been happy to be under the radar there, but he just isn't. I don't, because he signed that massive contract.
Well, he is rich.
He is rich. But, he just is. It's kind of sad to see. It's kind of sad to see.
Well, he's still playing. And I've got a little audio.
He signed through 2030, by the way.
This is from spring training, but good nonetheless.
Okay.
This is from the Twins broadcast. And the only thing I could think here is that I think it would be great if you were the color guy on this. If the play-by-play guy said this and you were sitting right there.
Can we turn the volume down after he says it and see what Suk says right after? All right, here. All
right.
I'll try to play this. Yeah. So Suk,
so
just react live to what he says.
Yeah. You're just listening.
You're the color guy. Or color guy.
You're listening to your play-by-play guy. Just hear what he says and then speak eloquently.
So good start for the Twins here in the fourth inning. You ever seen Buck with his pants down?
Oh, are you just going to laugh?
I was not prepared for that in any shape or form. Who is he talking about?
I don't know, one of the players. Come on, what do you got?
Have you ever seen Buck with his pants down?
You can play the whole clip, I guess.
Yeah, I need.
You got nothing.
Yeah. Well,
Come on, man, you gotta be quick on your feet.
I need the context of this.
No, you don't.
I'm not.
You think the other guy had the context? He's like, oh my God, what did you just say? Let's see. All right, let's see what this is the Twins. Did I say that? Yeah, the Twins broadcast.
Twinkies.
So let's see what their color guy said.
So good start for the Twins here in the fourth inning. You ever seen Buck with his pants down? No. Like in shorts? No, like he doesn't have his, no socks showing. I see what you're saying. So, yeah.
No.
It did take me a minute to think, what is he talking about? Oh, socks.
Yeah, he was talking about. So
from the knees down.
I do think we need the drop of, no.
So good start for the Twins here in the fourth inning. You ever seen Buck with his pants down? No.
Yes, that's a great.
Like in shorts? No, like he doesn't have his, no socks showing. I see what you're saying. So, yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Yes.
I mean, I guess the appropriate response should have been, well, who hasn't? I mean, come on.
Yeah. See, that's where my big Suk shines. Like,
you're like, have I ever?
Have I ever?
Want to talk about impressive?
Who hasn't?
Talk about swinging a big bat. Just throw the uncomfortableness back on him. I think you just got to start making big bat jokes. That it's more like a torpedo if you think about it. Think about that torpedo bat. It's all about barrel size. This point, the torpedo bat. It's all about the thickness. What is that, ash? Wow. Have you ever seen Buck without his pants?
With his pants down.
I had no idea where that was. That caught me completely off guard.
That would be a good one. Have you ever seen Buck with his pants on, and then you just instantly go, yeah, it's a torpedo bat in there.
It's quite impressive.
It's a torpedo bat under there.
I think we've all seen it. We all remember the first time we saw Buck with his pants down. You just now saw it, huh? All right. Your initial reaction. Let's discuss it.
All right. We've got a little controversy in San Francisco at Oracle. The fans are not happy.
No.
From something that occurred yesterday.
Fans are never happy.
We'll get to that. Well, this case, I think they have a point.
You ever been to a Turkish prison?
We'll get to that next on The Fan. I'll tell you what, this Purdue-Texas game is really good. It's tied 58-58 with, I think they're at the under 12 timeout.
And the Iowa-Nebraska game tied up as well.
Wow.
50-50 in the second half.
What if they both end in ties?
I don't think that's possible.
And they're both
They all
eliminated.
four advance?
They kick everyone out.
Great game, though.
Yeah. Great games.
Well, I'm not watching Nebraska-Iowa. I don't know how good that one is, but I'm telling you, this Purdue-Texas game is real solid.
Rob's not interested in the exciting whites.
Well, I'll tell you, Purdue's got two exciting whites. Actually, more than two. But two of them, and Braden Smith being one of them, they're going with the big beard, but no mustache.
I will never understand the no mustache, big beard thing.
I mean, they sort of look like they belong at Iowa.
Yeah, it's kind of like an Amish sort of thing, or the all the Dagestani like UFC fighters, they go with that. I will never understand it. That and like the neck beard. If you can't grow a beard, like why do you do the weird Kevin Love thin? You can't grow one, don't grow one. But the mustache, like you can grow a mustache, but you choose to shave it off, but you have the big Amish part to it.
As a guy who can't grow either, just shave it off.
Yeah, sometimes it just doesn't work, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Like I can't grow hair. I'm not trying to do a comb over here.
Maybe we should.
Are you kidding me? Dude, I let mine go for like a week. Like if I'll just forget to shave it, and it's a like I'll look in the mirror and it sneaks up on me. I'm like, ooh.
If I go 2 days without shaving it,
Yeah.
I'd notice it, and I'm like, this looks horrible, guys.
Yeah, that horseshoe really sneaks up on me. I've never taken the time to grow one out. One of these times, if I took like a 3-month sabbatical, I should just grow the horseshoe out.
You come back just horseshoed.
I think both of you guys should grow it out.
The
Have a little
shoe.
courage, man.
Well, because when I started shaving, I was balding, but I wasn't fully bald. So I've never actually seen full bald with side hair. But I see what it would look like. Now when you get glimpses, and I've got the horn in front too. There's like one little golf ball size section in the middle of my forehead.
The point.
Yeah, the point.
You got the point going on.
Like Beacon Rock out there.
I'll never forget, I was playing City League basketball. We had one of our friends who had the point and was bald everywhere else. And the guy goes, I got the guy with the point. Called him out on the court.
That's tough.
Oh, no.
That's a tough look right there.
So, the big controversy in San Francisco, the fans are not happy. Of course, they had their game against the Yankees yesterday.
Yeah, they got rolled.
Yeah, it was no game. But up in the stands, the Giants concessions were selling a 999 challenge.
Yeah, there's a bunch of teams. The Mets are doing this. I think that's kind of
it's a new thing.
Yeah, it's a new thing.
And it's a way to get more money out of people, but it's
Sure.
9 beers, 9 dogs in 9 innings.
Yeah.
And what they're allowing, like this one is, it comes in a big box, and it is the 9 dogs.
Yeah.
And there are 9 glasses
Yeah.
in it, and you buy it all for $55.
But there's a problem.
Well, yeah, fans are pissed because the dogs are, first of all, they're not mini dogs, but they're not full-size dogs.
No.
Okay, so there's 9 dogs. That's not the problem.
No.
The problem, though, is the beer.
Yeah.
They basically just hand you a tall boy of Coors Light and have you pour it into the 9 cups.
Yeah, someone took.
What is that?
Was that a 24 ounce, right? The tall boy?
I think it's 24, yeah.
Yeah, so basically you get 2 beers, 2 12-ounce beers, and yeah, that fills up the 9 beers. So it's not 9.9.
It's not 9.99
It's
at all.
more like 6 hot dogs and 2 beers.
Right.
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
Yeah.
And we're charging $55 for that?
Yeah, because normally if you were going to say 9 hot dogs, 9 beers, that's a good deal. Like if you went with a group of people, like you and 3 buddies, you split that, that's a nice deal.
Right.
Right? But you're not getting that. Plus, let me also ask this. If you are doing a true 9.9, why would I want those hot dogs and beers are going to get really cold for the hot dog, and the beer is going to get warm. By the time I get to unless I'm just chugging, I'm just drinking piss warm beer. Like
Yeah,
what am
that's
I?
true. Well, but yeah.
Yeah. Like you would
They
assume
need a better.
You would assume 9 beers. Like I'm going to get through I can get through 9 beers and give me 5 innings. I'll get through my 9 beers. But you're having to kind of move a little bit. If I'm taking my time, that's why you don't get 4 beers at a time. They get warm, and then my hot dogs get cold. That's not conducive to enjoying hot dogs and beer. That's what fat ass wants to eat 9 hot dogs and drink 9 beers.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Just don't buy it, I guess.
Yeah.
55 geets. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I saw the Mariners are selling a floatable boat of chicken strips for a bunch of money.
Floatable boat.
Yeah, it's a chicken strips basket, but it's a boat, and apparently the boat actually floats. And I don't know why you'd want to spend more money to have a floatable chicken strip boat.
So I can eat it in the tub?
I guess. Like, so you take that home, and then you do what with it? Yeah, you eat in your hot tub, and while it floats around.
Are they calling it the Chicken Tender Tot Yacht?
That might be what it is. But yeah, every ballpark's rolling out. Like, I've seen it on Twitter. People are putting out, hey, this is the new, whatever. And yeah, the Mariners are just doing it's
chicken tenders, fish and chips, crab nachos, and more exclusive ship container.
Yeah, and
you have to pick one of those three.
Yeah, and it comes in a boat, which I don't know why, but
All right.
I'm not know which one is dumber, the 999 that isn't a 99 or the floatable boat.
Like the Dodgers are doing a water cooler cup, like the big water jugs they have in the locker room, but they're doing it as a watermelon habanero margarita.
The big water jugs, but
it's just a cup, but it looks like the water jugs they have in the dugout.
Yeah,
yeah,
cool.
I mean, the only good deal going at I know the Mariners, if you buy what
an exciting time.
If you buy the souvenir cup, and of the souvenirs, the food items, the cup is at least I've got a handful of those. It gives a player on the side of it, and you're
I love those.
It's $2 extra. You're whatever, but you get free refills. So if you get a Pepsi, you can go back and get free Pepsi the entire game. And that's, all right, that seems to be worth it. But I can't go back and get extra nachos. I can't go back and be I'd like a refill of my chicken tendies in my little boaty here. I don't get that one.
Two new ones that seem to be making headlines. The Marlins have a machete menu. And it's basically, it looks like a machete. It's a 2-foot homemade flour tortilla, griddled on the flat top with melted mozzarella and Oaxacan cheeses, house marinated carne asada, smoky pepper sauce, salsa verde, and cilantro.
So when you go to a baseball game, are they assuming that we just want to just shovel our fat faces and spend $100? I've never been to a game and thought to myself, you know what I want to do? I want to eat myself sick and drink as many beers as humanly possible that cost me $20 a pop. I don't.
USA! Yeah. USA! Do you think? Because I'm with you. If I remember last time I went to a Padres game, we were we kind of need to eat. Let's just eat at the park.
Yeah.
We didn't really want to. It was okay, let's just eat here.
You're running low on time.
And you go run around, you look around, you're I don't want any of this.
Yeah.
So would they be better off if ballparks just took the sort of food cart type of approach?
Yeah.
Where you just have meals of all different types. It doesn't have to be gimmicky and marketing. Just offer the kids a grilled cheese.
Yeah.
Offer me some, I don't know, ahi tacos.
Yeah, burrito or tacos from someplace.
Yeah, that's all I want.
Slice of pizza.
I just want to eat a meal. Yeah. Right.
I just think there's so much. There's so much pressure to keep up with the Joneses that everyone now has to come up with the new. You got to roll out something new every year. Someone's saying the Mariner thing. It's the Puget Sound Ferry. I think that's right. It's the.
Oh.
I think it's an anniversary, whatever, of the ferry. So now you can get a ferry full of tendies.
Hot.
How about you just not give me the ferry and you knock $3 off of the tendies? I understand it's the ballpark. You're going to pay a little bit more, but man, I know that the Atlanta Falcons do it where they have reasonably priced concessions, but man, sometimes the price is just so shocking, which is also why I'm shocked when people drink so many beers. In order to get drunk, I mean, maybe you have a low alcohol tolerance, but if you're drinking Coors Lights, how many Coors Lights before you have to get drunk?
And how much are they?
Yeah.
At a stadium?
I can't afford to get
$12
at least. Yeah, domestic beers, you're talking probably $12 to $15 a beer. Who's drinking 12 of those things? You see the guy there is just slamming beers. You're God, pregame a little bit.
They're devout alcoholics.
Maybe they have got a bunch of money. Not everybody thinks like you.
Sneak in the flash. You don't know what's happening in these streets of Westland.
Maybe he brought $500 in cash and he's damn hell-bent on spending all of it.
Yeah. We went to a Dodger game. I took the BTJ down last year. And when we went in, they have a little self-checkout line where it's just you lift up the door and everything's ready. And we took it to the front, and when we checked out, I saw the price of it, and I went, holy cow. And the lady at the register goes, I know. Because even though like it's self-checkout, there is someone there kind of monitoring. And it's bad when even the workers like,
you want some napkins?
Catch me outside. How about that?
It was shocking how expensive it was. And that's I know. Like, did you ring me up twice?
True story.
That's what it is. Hey, got to pay that Shohei contract.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
All right, coming up next, if you fall for corporate bullshit, you may be the problem. Okay?
I need to know what corporate bullshit.
You're a corporate shill.
I would like to say that Odyssey is a great company to work for, and it's run by a very powerful and handsome individuals.
An Odyssey station.
I think we're run by a gal now. Beautiful.
What an exciting time.
Great. Now I've harassed
canceled.
people.
Canceled.
I'm screwed.
So we'll get to this coming up next on The Fan.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on The Fan, Oregon State President Jameus Winston announced today that Athletic Director Scott Barnes is going to retire effective August 31st of this year. But then upon retirement, Barnes will become the senior advisor for athletics through August 31st of 2027. Major League Baseball is back on opening day. Sort of, not everyone playing today, but 11 games today. Earlier, Brewers beat the White Sox thanks to Jacob Mizrachi's 11 strikeouts. Mets knocked out Paul Skeens even before Skeens could finish an inning. Mets win 11-7. Right now, we got Dodgers taking on the Diamondbacks, and later on, we got the Mariners hosting the Guardians. Duke coach John Shire said that guard Caleb Foster is a game-time decision for Friday's game against St. John's. Foster has missed the past 5 games with a fracture in his foot. He could play a big role in this one, as he has been a leading guard all season long for Duke, and St. John's is a team that pressures you for 16 turnovers in their win over Kansas in the round of 32. Iowa State forward Joshua Jefferson, his left ankle is still hurt, but head coach TJ Otzelberger said that it's going to be Joshua's decision on if he plays or not. So he is a game-time decision as well. Iowa State takes on Tennessee tomorrow night. NC State coach Will Wade, he is leaving the Wolfpack after only 1 season, heading back to LSU. Wade signed a 7-year deal with the Tigers, a place where he coached for 5 seasons from 2017 to 2022, posting 105 wins and guiding the Tigers to the NCAA tournament 3 separate times. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work, Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
Hiya! 100 times?
More.
200 times?
More.
500 times?
Probably.
That's swing, spelled S-W-I-N-J.
Okay, we apologize.
It's time for the club, baby. On 105.1 and 1080, The Fan. Hoo-wee.
Hell no.
All right. Good little ball games.
Both of them, yeah.
Yeah.
This Texas-Purdue game is...
it's really good.
Yeah, this is back and forth.
Yeah, Texas is leading 70-68 with 5 minutes left. They just had a guy foul out Texas. It's a very physical game. Purdue is struggling with Texas's athleticism, and this guy, Mark, I think it's Tremont Mark. Is that his name?
Yep.
Stevie Brackets?
Yes, it is.
Dude, he is absolutely on fire.
Yeah, 11 for 14 from the field, 5 of 7 from the arc.
They can't stop him.
He's one of those guys that's been around forever. Started in 2020 with Houston.
Is that right?
Went to Arkansas, now in Texas.
He's the guy that hit the game winner against NC State.
Yeah, he's the follow away to get him in. He's a big guy. He's like 6'5", 6'6". He's
rangy.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Purdue, you were asking earlier why no one talks about Purdue. This is why. They're 4 of 19 from 3.
That's a robust 21% that they're shooting.
Classic Purdue.
Well, they got 2 guys on the floor with neck beards and no mustaches. You can't win like that.
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough.
That's not the exciting whites we're looking for.
That's not a serious program.
No.
And then Nebraska leads Iowa 62-59 at the under 8 timeout. So this stuff's
and supposedly the 2 best games are still
good.
to come.
Pretty good. Now, I want you to keep an eye on something.
What you got?
Well, Purdue and Texas, you've got Big Ten versus SEC. I know everyone's saying the Big Ten is the best league because they got the most teams. I feel like the SEC is really good and really deep.
Well, the SEC last year, I think they got 8 teams in the Sweet 16. So last year the SEC was the best conference, and this year it kind of shifted. And
well, but what I'm saying is I think maybe the SEC is still the best league. I mean, look, watch. Okay, so you got Texas, Purdue coming down to the wire. I don't know who's going to win, but Texas is giving them fits.
Texas is the more athletic team.
Exactly. And then, because you watch these 2 teams play, these teams are even.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Texas is an 11, Purdue's a 2.
Yeah.
What does that tell you? Yeah. Texas just played in a tougher league, and they had their struggles. But the other one is Alabama's playing Michigan. Keep an eye on that. Yeah. That's an SEC team who's not given much of a chance against a Big Ten team that's really good.
Yeah,
Michigan.
people think might be the best team in the country.
I don't know. Keep an eye on that.
Look at Rob with his SEC bias.
Keep an eye. And then you got Tennessee going up against Iowa State.
You SEC honk.
You got Arkansas against Arizona.
I don't even know who you are anymore.
Are we going to get an all? Would it be possible to get an all SEC Final Four? I don't think we could we?
I'd have to take a look.
Yeah, I'd have to look at
because the Duke bracket doesn't have an SEC team in it.
No, because that's Michigan State,
St. John's, UConn.
Yeah,
UConn,
you cannot. Darn it. You can get 3 or 4 though.
Well, you corporate lackeys will not like this next study.
Actually, you couldn't even do that because the South doesn't have an SEC team either.
Oh,
that's Illinois, Houston, Iowa, Nebraska.
Oh, okay.
So no, you cannot. You can't even get 3/4 of a Final Four being the SEC.
Crappy ass league.
Loser conference.
Paul Feinbaum is unhappy. Pow. Cow turd. I can't believe that's a thing. I really can't.
What, cow turd?
No. The Feinbaum. Of all the things, because not everything has to be for you. I mean, obviously, that would be a very boring world if everything was geared towards you. And there's things that I don't consume, but I understand, right? I may not get certain types of music or movies, but I understand that there's an audience out there, and I get why it's popular. I've tried to consume the Paul Feinbaum thing. That is one that guy is one of the biggest voices in the history of college football, and I just don't understand it. It's like Larry the Cable Guy. Can't figure it out.
Well, it's probably because you're not from the South and you actually have a brain. But if you did a show in the South, let's say you were coming up at the same time as Paul Feinbaum.
Sure.
And you had to create a show in the South to combat his, like, what are you doing? Like, what Paul Feinbaum has done, I'm with you. It's really bad. I don't think he's very talented.
No.
But he is very smart.
Yes.
Because he knows that all the shtick,
yeah,
everybody loves it. They eat it up.
He has no energy. He has no person. He's just
like I said, he's not good.
It's bizarre.
He's just smart. He lets his callers do the bits, and people eat that crap up.
There's a big personality there, and he's kind of controversial. Feinbaum's he's like a walking NyQuil cup, and yet he is the biggest thing down there.
I think you'd play well down there with comments like these.
Apparently they don't like the blacks. They're trying to give them back.
They love me.
Be a star down there.
Finally, this guy
is a man.
Yeah, someone said like the Jailblazer documentary is Wayne. Yeah, they're the local media too. Bunch of racist a-holes
He doesn't
on
like
there.
the blacks.
Yeah.
Wait, what? The Jailblazers?
Yeah, because we were around during those, like Rasheed Wallace and all that.
Oh yeah, I heard all your racist commentary during all that. I was sitting right here.
Everyone's always afraid to like talk to Rasheed Wallace. Like thought Rasheed Wallace was going to punch a member of the media. Gee, be my dream. Be the greatest thing to ever happen is to get punched by Rasheed Wallace.
You're still an idiotic, a moron.
All right. Well, coming up now, so now we have to break. I think you're avoiding this next story.
What story?
This is corporate.
Corporate, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't know about corporate shills because I work for such an awesome company where,
Corporate pom-poms.
Yes. I mean, look, I'm trying to get some of those Odyssey bucks. I'm trying to wear the Odyssey hat. I just can't afford it. Should have broke out my Odyssey hat today instead of my Mets hat. Got my eye on that Odyssey tumbler. 29,000 more Odyssey bucks. My railroad bonds come through. I'm set.
We've got a new study that tells us a little something about workers who fall for corporate bullsh. That will be next on The Fan. All right, well, as is customary with these games, they have ground to a halt with reviews and timeouts.
The biggest problem, in my humble opinion, with basketball is the final 5 minutes of a basketball game are the worst. It's the worst part of the game, and you can't have that. It's brutal.
So Purdue's up 2 on Texas. There's a review that's taking 18 minutes.
Yes.
And there's about 2 minutes left.
Even though it was clearly a foul that they didn't call, but now we're spending 9 hours to review this shot clock.
Yeah, I think they're looking at giving the ball back to Purdue with 0.4 or something.
Yeah,
they're still looking at it.
Yep.
Jesus. Anywhoosies, new study from my favorite website, studyfinds.org.
A fine website, much like the fine corporation that is Odyssey, who signs my paychecks.
Right. Odyssey.
You figuring that is making me very uncomfortable.
Odyssey is our parent company.
They are.
Used to be Intercom. They changed their name to the more hip, fashionable Odyssey.
Well,
like audio.
I didn't like
an Odyssey station.
I didn't like working for Intercom. So whoever decided to make it Odyssey and get Justin Timberlake to roll it out, great use of the funds. In no way was that a waste. Loved it. Big fan.
Everyone remembers that.
Everybody. Intercom was a bunch of losers. Odyssey, a bunch of winners.
So a new study has found that employees impressed by corporate speak may be least equipped to make effective decisions. Have you ever sat in a meeting where someone declares that your company is growth hacking and working at the intersection of cross-collateralization and blue sky thinking, and you sit over there and you go, that's a bunch of bullshit. Because I have, although they shelter us from a lot of those meetings around here.
Yeah.
But I see them happening in there, and I always enjoy so our boardroom has glass.
Yeah, you can
so
see
you
in
can
it.
see in it. And it is really funny to watch people's faces and just sort of how they're handling
the corporate spin.
Yeah, just like it depends on what's happening in the meeting, but there's a lot of boredom. There's a lot of like eye rolling, It's funny.
It is kind of interesting to watch from afar. You would think that maybe you would want some privacy, but we don't really have that. Any sort of meeting you have, we
don't have privacy here.
No.
And you can kind of hear everything that's in there anyway.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
So if they're turfing someone...
Yeah, you kind of... He's like, why does he keep walking by to the bathroom? I don't worry about it. He's got to pee a lot.
A new study out of Cornell University published in the journal Personality and Individual Differences found workers most excited and impressed by corporate speak may be the least equipped to make effective, practical business decisions, and it can leave companies with dysfunctional leaders.
So we're saying that the dum-dums fall for it, and then they take everything down with them?
Is this the answer we've always... I've always been asking, why do these corporations, they're all the same, they all work the same, they all have the same dum-dums at the top, except Odyssey, of course.
Of course.
Why is that? Maybe it's because they're all just climbing the ladder of corporate emptiness. That's what it is.
It does seem it is a little weird that seemingly everyone thinks their boss is a moron, and then you're always like, well, then how does that person become the boss? Maybe that's all it is
they just buy into the corporate jargon.
Maybe you need to do a little more of that, huh?
Yeah,
Maybe we need some buy-in from you, Isaac Ropp.
I'm the least corporate guy here.
You are the least corporate guy here.
I'm a pain in their ass.
That much I can assure you of. You are the least.
And dude,
one of my favorite things is when anytime we're talking about something needing to be done, someone will inevitably bring up, well, what about Ropp? And then everyone laughs. And they're like, yeah, good luck. He ain't showing up and you're not getting him to do that.
And the worst is the meetings that don't need to be had, but it's like, hey, let's have a meeting to discuss this. No, just send an email. Because those are the meetings where it gets I'll tell you what, I think we'll circle back on this project. And
you do have to circle back. After it goes to a committee of ways and means, right? I mean,
ways and the means.
Got to make sure it goes through those proper channels. I mean, come on.
It goes to the ways and means of a committee.
Academically, "boo" is broadly defined as a type of semantically, logically, or epistemically dubious information that is misleadingly impressive, important, informative, or otherwise engaging.
Aren't you just describing corporate America just in general?
Well, yes, I think that's the whole point.
In one big nutshell.
It's all bullcrap.
Yeah, gotta have some synergy,
Right. Buzz. Gotta have buzzwords. Gotta have the jargon. It says corporate bullsh is a specific type of bullsh that uses puzzling corporate buzzwords and jargon that is ultimately semantically empty and often confusing. According to the research, it is often used by management to persuade and impress, sometimes to inflate perceptions of the company to workers and investors.
It's kind of like what Tommy Lloyd and Nate Oates have been doing.
Yeah.
You say words that don't mean anything, and no one can put you on anything.
But I will tell you what, if you want to climb the ladder, get on board. Like, you can make fun of, and that's the thing about corporations that are interesting, because like all the underlings make fun of the bosses and talk about how dumb they are, but they all want to be them because that guy gets better money. He's got a better parking spot, drives a nicer car. So like everyone always rips on those guys, but at the same time, I mean, you have the ability to do that too. It's just like you
got to play the game.
You got to play the game. It's not always the best and the brightest that do climb the ladder. Again, sometimes it's just you.
Well,
they say that in school. School isn't necessarily a test of your intelligence. It's a test of, do you know how to take tests? Can you memorize the information?
You know who?
C's for degrees, man.
Yeah.
You know who recently showed his true colors in this way was the McDonald's CEO.
Yes.
Because the way he did he came out and they were doing the video of him trying the new product.
Yeah.
He was just such classic corporate buzzword speak.
Yes.
With everything that he was saying. And of course the internet blew him up for it.
Killed him.
But if you're apparently he's a great CEO. That's probably how he got where he is. He sits in meetings and he talks about deep dives and bandwidth and synergy.
Blue
and
sky.
Yeah, exactly.
Gets everyone all fired up. There's a banner involved. You got to unveil a banner with your corporate slogan on it.
Yeah, and then people get impressed. Like, wow, he must really know his stuff. Well, let's promote him. That's how it happens.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the smart guy that may be kind of cynical and is a little edgy, corporate doesn't want to deal with that guy. Screw you.
No, you got to play the game.
Yeah.
Disrupt, innovate, leverage, optimize.
Those are the people that start their own companies. Somewhere, though, in most companies, you got to have someone that's smart, right?
There's a good one that they say, no. Well, I think they're smart. It's just collectively they're dumb. You know what I mean?
Is that, well, that's
it's not like they're dumb people.
No.
It's just.
Because eventually, if you're running a Fortune 500 company, you would think somewhere in there, there has to be intelligent people. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a Fortune 500 company.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like the more corporate it gets,
the worse it
the
gets.
less smart people can make smart decisions.
Sure.
Well,
that's the old adage is that people are smart, groups are dumb.
Right.
It
becomes that.
You get enough people together and no one wants to stick their neck out, and you do the good idea, boss. It was like that when I got here. That sort of thing.
Well, it's just like with politicians, too. It's like smart people don't want those jobs. Smart people don't want to move up the ladder. Yeah. And there's a reason why.
But if you're willing to play the game, you can get real rich real fast.
Yeah, and smart people don't want to. They're like, this sucks. I don't want to play by your rules.
I think that
someone said, but real quick, as a state employee, I can tell you it's the same in that sector.
It's the same thing, yeah. Exactly. This is why we're always bitching about government. Yeah. It's not that everybody in government is dumb. Yeah. It's just the system. Yeah. And you play that game. Yeah. I don't know if you remember this as vividly as I do, but one of the smartest men we've ever had on this show is former Oregon Attorney General John Kroger.
Yes.
Brilliant man.
Yes.
And I think he's he went on to lead Reed College.
Yeah,
now he's back east. But.
Yeah, he was the dean. He was a federal prosecutor, and then he was our top lawman out here. He was the attorney general, and then yes, I believe he was either the dean of students or he was head of Reed College.
But for some reason, that dude listened to our show. He liked our show. He would listen on his way back from. He would live up here and of course in Salem. He'd be going to Salem, and he'd listen. And so one time he reached out to us. He's like, I want to drop by.
Yeah, sure.
And we're like, all right. And we interviewed him. I think he had a book wow, what a game. Texas just missed a 3 to tie.
Yeah. And Iowa's going to pull it out. Iowa's going to beat Nebraska.
Yeah. Oh, Iowa, wow.
They pulled ahead. Nebraska did not score a point for 6 minutes.
Oh, my gosh.
9 seed
Iowa. Look at the Hawkeyes. So they would play the winner of
Houston, Illinois.
Okay.
So Houston, Illinois going to the Final Four.
Houston will annihilate Iowa.
Yes. the Iowa Whites versus that Houston defense. No, thank you.
Trust me, as a team that often rolls out our own exciting whites at BYU, That's not gonna work against Houston. Houston does not run the exciting whites out there.
So Kroger came in, and I think he was promoting his book, and I actually read his book.
Yeah, that was about him being a prosecutor when he went after the mob.
Well, he went after the mob, but he also went after Enron. He made a lot of money taking down some of those Enron guys, and he came in studio, and I remember talking to him. He was a fascinating guy, really interesting dude. Mm-hmm. But I remember the look on his face when we were talking about how nobody smart runs for office. Yeah. I think that's the first he had heard of that idea, and it took him back. Yeah. I remember the look on his face, dude. He was like, it was insulting to him, like, because he was going to be the Attorney General.
Yeah.
You know, so I think to him, he's like, dude, what? Like, you sit in here and play fart drops, and you're saying, and I'm the Attorney General of Oregon with my resume, and you're telling me I'm not smart? But I think that, I feel like that's right. It's not that he's not smart. It's, of course, he's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's just that he gets into this system of government, and he can't do anything.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of where I've always found that, and I guess in my little view of that, I think people go in with good intentions. And as you said, they can't elicit any sort of real change. And I think the system is set up to where it's so, how do I put it? I think it's so tempting to just end up worrying about yourself that you just naturally end up doing what everyone. How does everyone in Congress and in these positions make like $170,000, yet they all walk away being worth $20 million?
It's, for lack of a better term, it's the easy way out, right?
Yes,
It's the easy way to do it.
I think it's easy to go into those positions with the idea that two types of people go in. Either the people go in like Tommy Tuberville and the Bobitts of the world that go in knowing that it's a grift all along. I'm just going to go in and I'm up for bid and I'm going to toe the company line and whatever, give me my money, and I'm going to walk out of here with a million different perks and a lot of money. I think that's one archetype that does it. You know, Nancy Pelosi's the greatest stock trader of all time. Like, you knew going in, that's what you're doing. And then the other one that goes in there and actually says, hey, I'm going to do something, and realizes after a year or two, I really can't make any changes. If I keep this up, I'm going to get voted out. I'm going to get primaried out by my own party. So shut my mouth, keep going down the corporate road. And if I am going to shut my mouth and I'm going to sit in here, I might as well get something out of it. And then you fall into that same corrupt trap where you're like, cool, I'm going to do some insider trading. I'm going to end up on this board and I'm going to walk away with $20 million and I'm just going to play the game.
It's ramming your head into the wall.
Yes. So it's just,
and that's ultimately what you're saying is I think that's why guys like John Kroger, he left.
Yes.
You know, he left early. He did not run for another. Like, I guess as Attorney General, I mean, you're Attorney General of a state. You have a lot of power.
Yes.
And apparently he did a really good job.
Yeah.
He was very reform-minded, but he left because, why? Because exactly what you're saying. It's like, dude, this is...
Yeah.
I can do more good elsewhere.
Yes. No one that has power wants it. And power is only for those that are slimy enough to bend down and grab it, right? Like, it's just not one of those two people, and you can decide which one. But I'm guessing that 95% of people in those high positions of power fall into one of those two categories. Scammers or people that end up just saying, screw it, I might as well get mine because nothing else has happened. It's like that jaded, we all know the jaded teacher, we all know the jaded cop, we all know the jaded doctor that's worked in the system for years and they're so beat down by it that they don't care anymore. And then at that point, just give me my pension, let me get to my retirement, and, I'll just keep floating along.
Look at Sark. Sark's there cheering on his Longhorns. By the way, that's a bad call. Anyway, Dylan Swain hit one and is going to the line to tie it with 11 seconds left for Texas.
That is a terrible call.
Isn't that terrible?
How is that a foul?
Yeah. He was trying not to foul him.
Yeah. That's a bailout of galactic proportions.
So Swain...
I wish they had a challenge on that because that's bad.
Swain has one free throw. Texas is down 1, 12 seconds left.
And he fouled out their big...
Oscar.
Oscar Clough, the big guy for Purdue, had been great.
The big sook of Purdue. He's out.
minus my mustache.
So the new study finds that employees impressed by corporate speak may be least equipped to make effective business decisions. This says there are a lot of useful things about the way people in a certain company speak to each other, but it becomes problematic when that turns into nonsense that's used for misleading purposes. It's the people that can't tell the difference that seem to have the most problems. That's a great point.
Yes. It's
and
also
not shocking that study found that.
It's also why you and I will never
It's right. Well, we can tell the difference.
Yes, we'll never be in a position.
And that's why we won't be leaders.
Although someone should put me in charge. Bon voyage, I got ideas. Mayor, talk to me. I got ideas. It's going to be a little controversial.
What if tomorrow I come in a suit and just start speaking in corporate speak?
I think we should all do it for like a week.
Yeah, and just see what happens.
Yeah.
Have a briefcase.
Does anyone have a briefcase anymore?
I'll bring it back. Let's bring it back.
I don't think that's radio corporate anymore.
No.
I don't know if I've ever seen the little general in a suit.
Yeah, he wears a sport coat every now and then.
Yeah, once in a while, but he wears it with like Jinko jeans. They may not be. They just
Stussy.
Yeah, that just might be normal people jeans that he hasn't had tailored yet. You know, he struggles with it. But yeah, he doesn't wear a suit.
You know what we're going to do? We're going to drill down next week. We're going to drill down. We're going to synergize and operationalize this show.
Like I would.
That's what we're going to do, guys.
Did you do a segment just talking like that? Like one segment?
I don't think so.
I would love, and it'll never happen, but like we talked about
Braden Smith for the win. Oh, the tip.
Wow.
Tip with 0.7 seconds.
Oh,
Purdue
my God.
up 2. Texas is going to have a prayer.
How
Here it
about
comes.
that?
The three-quarters court heave.
Nope.
Purdue wins.
Purdue goes
Former
on.
Beef, Jordan Pope with that shot.
Yeah, Jordan Pope. 79-77.
How about
Purdue
that? On
advances.
a tip-in.
On a little tip.
Oh, I feel bad for little
Just the
Cinderella,
tip.
Texas.
Yeah, isn't it terrible?
It's tough.
How will they ever get back to this
This
spot?
was the team they spent all their money on. They'll never get that money back.
Never get there again. Like I would love to sit down and
taking
have
shirts off now.
and have the mayor on the show
dudes.
and just have a real conversation with him.
Dudes. Who, the mayor of
Portland.
Portland?
Yeah, the city we're in
Yeah.
right now.
It's all just a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah. But I would like to have it because I think we would make fun of the bullshit and see if you could actually get some real.
The real question is it scalable, Jace?
I don't know.
Can we scale this? Do we need to circle back on the scalability?
I would like to circle back.
Circle back on the we're going to put a pin in that and circle back on scalability and maybe idealize the optimizations.
I like
You got to get the ways and means of the committee, guys.
That's right.
What are we doing?
Yeah, what's your North Star? That's what I want to know. What's your North Star? What guides you?
Optimize. We definitely. I like the optimization.
Optimizes. It's a good one.
Yeah, got to do that.
We need some disruptive innovation on this show. That's right. I'm turning over a new leaf. I'm all corporate next week.
I love this. This is what's going to get you that Odyssey tumbler you've been looking for.
That's right.
You know what? I've got some Odyssey bucks that I wasn't going to send you. With this new attitude, I'm going to have to send them over to you.
All right. Coming up next, celebs who worked at fast food restaurants. Here's Steven.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This update brought to you by Reynolds Defense Firm. If you've been arrested for DUI, you need a team of attorneys that you can put your trust into. Call Reynolds Defense Firm today, online at reynoldsdefensefirm.com. First on the Fan, Oregon State President Jameus Winston announced today that Athletic Director Scott Barnes is going to be retiring effective August 31st of this year. Then upon retirement from being the AD, Barnes will become the senior advisor for athletics through the next year, through August 31st of 2027. Major League Baseball opening day-ish started today. Brewers dominated the White Sox. Jacob Mizorowski 11 Ks in that one. Mets beat the Pirates 11-7. Paul Skeens did not get out of the first inning. It only goes 2/3 of an inning. We got the Mariners hosting the Guardians later on tonight. Duke coach John Shire said guard Caleb Foster will be a game-time decision for Friday's game against St. John's. Foster's missed the past 5 games with a fracture in his foot. Could be a big part of their strategy as St. John's, the team, forces turnovers for 16 in their win over Kansas. Well, NC State coach Will Wade, he is leaving the Wolfpack after only one season, heading back to LSU. He's going to sign a 7-year deal with the Tigers, where he coached earlier in his career for 5 years. He led the LSU Tigers to 3 NCAA tournament bids in those 5 years. And Sweet 16 action just happened. The first 2 games ended. Purdue, the 2 seed, wins 79-77 over Texas on a tip-in by Trey Kaufman-Wren right at the buzzer. And Iowa, the 9 seed, defeats 4 seed Nebraska 77-71. Now Iowa will take on the winner of Illinois or Houston. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy or WarrenAllen.com.
Have you from here?
All right. The team of destiny. Perdon't.
Yep. You know, because they took a real best practice approach to this game, and they were aligned. The alignment of the Purdue program.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's synergy.
It really moves the needle.
They probably have meetings.
I would think so.
Lots of meetings.
Well, they got their ducks in a row, and it was, it was the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's great.
All right. I have a list of 16 celebrities who worked at fast food restaurants, if you'd like.
You ever worked at fast food?
No.
Yeah, I haven't either.
I worked at no, fast food. It was sit down.
Yeah.
It was a bar.
Yeah.
But it was a dump, but, you know. Got to start somewhere.
My kids, I think all my kids have done a tour of duty at the fast food places, but I've had a lot of crappy part-time jobs. I worked at an Italian joint, but it was more of like, it was the Utah equivalent of Olive Garden. It was one of those. Like an Olive Garden meets an Izzy's Pizza. So I wouldn't classify that as fast food.
No.
Shockingly enough, I was terrible at that job, by the way.
I worked at a Lone Star Steakhouse.
You were a waiter?
Bartender.
Oh.
Yeah. It was in Overland Park, I think.
Yeah.
Kansas.
Good tips there at the Lone Star?
I mean, it was always busy.
Yeah.
You know, guys come in. The best was if I were working days, the bros on the construction crews would come in.
Oh, yeah.
God, they'd get housed and just tip like crazy.
Well, that's good.
Drinking Bud Lights. Probably not anymore, but
Butterita.
back then.
No, I think Bud Light's back. I think Post Malone and UFC and all that, I think Bud Light's back to being manly.
We had to make the stupid big vat of frozen margaritas. God, hated that.
I just have a hard time picturing you delivering excellent bar service.
I was a good bartender back in the day, but that was before I soured on people.
I was going to say, maybe a young, spry-eyed Sakura, but now
you get burnt out.
I can't see you back there. I don't think you have the bandwidth.
Not anymore.
You know, you'd have to circle back. I don't think it's going to happen.
That's right.
Yeah.
There was a day when it was great, but I think every bartender reaches their limit. This is, again, goes back to my point. Anybody that ever deals at all with the general public,
it breaks you.
You will hate them. You will. Like it's impossible not to.
Yeah.
Because they're generally awful. So I think when I see a lifer in any of those types of jobs, I'm really impressed. I'm like, wow, how do you not sour on people?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that just takes a certain type. I think there's certain people that are meant for that. They're able to like leave it at the door and not let it.
Yeah, they just don't care.
Not let it take them.
So we got Madonna worked at Dunkin' Donuts. Did you know that?
I did not.
Yeah.
It is.
For a week.
For 1 week. 1 week, he decided it wasn't for her. Is that back in New York, maybe?
She told this to Howard Stern in 2015. She was fired after a week.
So someone out there, does anyone remember being served by Madonna at a Dunkin' Donuts?
Boy, wouldn't that be something?
Yeah.
Of course, you wouldn't know her at the time.
No, there's something about that gal.
But I guess she was playing with the machine that pipes jelly into the donuts.
Yeah.
And they turfed her.
Yeah, that was... I mean, what else are you doing at Dunkin' Donuts?
Hey, how about this one? What happens if you roll up to McDonald's, you order a couple cheeseburgers, and Rachel McAdams hands them to you?
I've always thought, because I think we've all experienced this when you go up to the drive-thru. It happens a lot like in small towns too, where the super hot is working the drive-thru, and you're like, you're like, you will not be here for long. I've had that thought so many times.
I think it's really sexy.
We were driving down to San Francisco once, and we pulled over like in Albany or something, somewhere in Southern Oregon, and we went through like an Arby's. I was like, what? What? You want him to give it to you?
No, I want you.
Yeah. She just opened up the window to hand me like a beef and cheddar, and I was like, no. It's not. Someone is going to come through this drive-thru and be like, you are not working here anymore. Rachel McAdams was not long for that world.
Apparently she did it for a summer.
Yeah.
Barack Obama worked at a Baskin Robbins in Honolulu. 16 years old.
Someone got a scoop from the future POTUS, huh?
Isn't that wild?
I know no one would remember that being served by him, but the employees, I'll bet you. I bet you someone was like, especially with a unique name like that.
They probably hated him.
That bitch.
Barry. Called him Barry. Queen Latifah worked at Burger King. She was fired.
Says something, though, if you get fired from it. Like, I think those jobs are hard to get fired from.
Her first paycheck was $87.
It's tasty.
Lin-Manuel Miranda, McDonald's.
Well, I mean, isn't that a lot of people's first jobs is just fast food? Because it's, what else are you going to do when you're 16 or 17?
I worked at a school specialty supply warehouse.
Yeah.
It was
Were you like stacking pencils?
Well, it's like a warehouse of, school supplies.
Yeah.
And it was awful. Hot.
But
terrible.
But at least you weren't dealing with the public.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think when
I dealt with him later.
When you're dealing with your first job, you basically have a choice. Like, there's no good job. So it's like, do you want a job where you're just on your own doing something that sucks, maybe a little harder, or do you want the job where you have to interact with the people?
Yeah, the former.
Yeah, you just want to be by yourself.
Yeah, I would love. I should have just cut grass at a golf course or something.
Yeah,
something like that. I mean, I love that. Put your headphones on. You know,
Just
do your work and get out of there.
That's what my daughter does now. She works for like a medical supply company, and she cleans equipment, and she loves it because she's by herself. She puts on same thing. She puts on her headphones and just goes and cleans devices, and then goes home. She doesn't have to talk to anyone. Loves it.
Apparently, Lin-Manuel Miranda was both the cashier and food delivery.
Oh.
Pharrell, is that?
Yeah.
Williams?
Yeah.
McDonald's. Gwen Stefani, Dairy Queen.
Boy,
about that?
You do a lot worse than getting a blizzard from Gwen Stefani.
God, no kidding.
See, this goes to my
Is that the hottest Dairy Queen employee of all time?
This goes to my working theory. So she's like a Long Beach. Someone went through the Dairy Queen in Long Beach and said the same thing. My God, you're too hot to be working here. And then like a year later, she wasn't because she was hot and now she's famous.
Yeah, that's bananas.
Yeah. BANANANAS.
Brad Pitt, El Pollo Loco.
I think I've actually seen that before. There's a photo of him out there working at the Crazy Chicken.
In Southern California.
Yeah. That's the other one, too. When you go to California, especially when you're around Los Angeles, all of the crappy jobs, everyone there is so good looking because they're all like the up-and-coming actors. Whenever we would go down for like Pac-12 Media Day, all the servers and waitresses at those events, you always felt terrible about yourself. You're like, oh my God.
Yeah, they're gorgeous.
Why are you so hot? Everybody.
All doing it with each other.
And then you're like, because
they make shows on that now. See, those people all they do now is just make reality shows with all those people.
Yeah, and they're just hot.
And they just start doing it and getting in fights with each other, and they make a bunch of money. That's all you got to do. And by the way, the Brad Pitt bit, he was not, the handsome mug of Brad Pitt was not like greeting guests and giving them chicken.
Yeah.
He was in the mascot costume
just
outside.
I swear, I'm pretty sure there is a famous photo of him somewhere working at the El Pollo Loco.
Oh, no. Ava Longoria worked at Wendy's. Mark Hamill apparently worked at a Jack in the Box.
That handsome. He was people's sexiest man alive.
Andrew Garfield at Starbucks. Margot Robbie at Subway. Ew.
Yeah.
And your girl, Pink, worked at a McDonald's.
God bless. Someone out there. So next time you're at McDonald's and you see that like goth-looking girl, you're like, God, you are too hot to be here. Realize you could be former future Grammy winner, Oscar actress. Everyone starts somewhere.
Apparently she was on the headset mic in the drive-thru.
Probably being a raging bitch to people.
Yeah. Most likely.
Yeah.
And those are celebrities who worked at fast food restaurants. We got to wrap it up. We got to get out of here. We are merely a warm-up act.
Filler.
For Andrew Nemec, who is coming up next.
But that's not all, folks.
That's right. I see he's done his hair. It's finally coiffed tonight. Looks great.
Wearing his skinny jeans, probably.
I don't know. I just saw him. I didn't check out his jeans. Oh.
Now you do.
He's got shorts on.
Oh.
He's going khaki shorts. Very sensible.
Showing you off those thighs.
So that we gotta turn it over to him. He's coming up at 7. We'll wrap it up.
But that's not all, folks.
On the Fan. Potential rematches in the Elite Eight.
Mm-hmm.
We could get one, at least what we know so far. So Purdue just beat Texas. And by the way, that tip-in by Kaufman-Renn there at the end.
Little shovey shove?
Dude, he shoved the guy completely out of the way to get that tip.
He put his arm on his shoulder and boosted off of him.
Yeah. I don't really know why they didn't call that, but...
Is that kind of like at the end of a football game? It's got to be really bad.
Well, they can't call that because then it would have been 1-1 the other way. They're not going to lose the game on that either, right?
Well, that's kind of what Sook's saying.
Right.
Yeah, it's
I'm with Sook on that, yeah.
Yeah, they'll swallow the whistle because they're not going to decide the game there.
Yeah. So I just think in those situations like the Hail Mary, you're better off just start pushing and shoving because it takes a lot for them to blow that whistle.
So Purdue has not played Arizona or Arkansas this year.
And they would get the winner of that.
Yeah. And then Iowa will get the winner of Illinois-Houston. They did play Illinois because they're in the Big Ten, and Illinois beat them at home 75-69. But they did not play Houston.
Yeah, I'm watching that replay.
He shoves them.
Yeah, it's and by the way, the Texas fan base is already taking to the internet to complain all game about Purdue's physicality. And there's an element we talked about. I swear to God, I think Houston does it. I think Houston sets out to see what they're like. We'll see if they can force the officials to basically let them play. It's a real strategy because an official, if they blow whistles early, the idea is they won't blow them late. Like they're not going to have a huge imbalance. So I mean, it is a strategy. And when Houston's allowed to kind of mug you, they're really hard to beat. Sounds like at least Texas fans claiming that's what Purdue did.
Very physical game. But look, you're little old Texas.
Yeah.
You weren't supposed to be there.
No. Just a small team from...
You can't hang with Purdue.
From Austin, Texas. Need some of that Purdue NIL money.
That's right. Get a couple of white kids. I didn't see one white guy on Texas's team.
No. They were undone by the exciting... Well, no, Texas has the Lithuanian guy.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. That guy single-handedly took out BYU.
Well, that's not hard to do.
Oh, I believe it is. We were great.
Oh no.
No, we weren't.
Well, guess what? We don't have Joey tomorrow. He's in Spain.
Yeah. It's good to be Joey Harrington.
Is it a good time of year to go to Spain? I mean, I know it's spring break, but...
I don't know.
The weather good over there right about now?
When I was in Spain, I was there in August, and it was very, very warm.
Hot.
But I would assume it's nice over there. Is there a bad time to go to Spain?
Probably not.
Yeah.
But
although Spain doesn't like the tourists.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they've had enough of it. They were trying to pass some, I don't know if they did, but they were trying to pass some rules about Airbnbs and they were... Some of the big cities like Barcelona were getting overrun by tourists, and the Spanish were not happy about it.
That's happening in Italy, too.
Yep.
But, be careful. You need some of that.
You need some of it, but, when the housing market is just taken up by tourists, that's rough.
Especially obnoxious ones like you.
Exactly.
All right.
Ugly Americans. I'm not certain how popular we are traveling now, by the way.
Arizona, Arkansas about to get underway. We got Houston, Illinois tonight. More games tomorrow. It's going to be a great weekend. Okay?
I like that positivity.
All right, bitch.
We're going to pivot. We're going to have some good synergy. We're going to focus tomorrow. We're going to dive down. It's going to be great.
Ducks in a row?
Oh, absolutely. Best practices for the show. Moving forward.
Andrew Nimick is coming up next. We are back tomorrow, 3 to 7 on The Fan. Good night.
Red ships of Spain. Red ships of Spain.
Oh, no.
But that's not all, folks.